Hi, I'm Bren, and welcome to my channel. I am a Canadian podcaster with a passion to form connections with individuals from all walks of life. On my show Connections, I explore the world through my guests' unique perspectives while gathering an insightful understanding of how they interact and perceive life.
That is a really good question.
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a really good question.
That's a great question.
I ask questions that focus on uncovering stories of humble beginnings,
But I was like 13th place out of like 300 kids.
triumphant successes,
I used to swim for the Junior Australian Olympic trial team.
motivations,
I just built up that confidence in myself to say, you know what, fuck it, I don't care.
inspirations,
She was just always, I just always love her.
struggles,
The main thing that got me to where I am today is the bullying that I experienced.
and realizations.
Sometimes you cannot get closure.
My goal is to continue making connections to spark meaningful discussions, and I hope you will join me. Come on in, exactly. Oh my goodness. Welcome. Good morning, first off. How you feeling first to begin with?
I'm pretty excited. I'm a little nervous. I'm not tired or anything though. I usually wake up this early, so it's all good.
Okay. So let's go. We're gonna try and get rid of those nerves right off the bat. To do that, we play this little game. It's called Quick Questions. So maybe you're new here, maybe you've never been here before. Like the people in chat, like our new friend Ren, exactly, for instance, or Drag, one of our new friends like that. We have a little intro for them. So I'm going to get you guys to direct your beautiful eyeballs to the screen as we play the Quick Questions intro here. Our first game that we're going to be playing here on the show, Quick Questions, is quite simple. It's not too complicated, but we want to get the juices flowing here, get things moving. The rules are quite simple. There are 3 rules. The first one is that there are going to be 10 questions. Number 2, the guest, you are going to have 60 seconds, to answer every question. And number 3 is that chat is going to get to gamble channel points if the guest will beat the clock. However, I know some people in Twitch PH won't be able to gamble with channel points. I know that is against some restrictions. If anyone's got a VPN, I'm just saying. Might be a time to use it. Wolf, I will get you to please run the prediction for us here as whether or not Bea will make it under the 60 seconds or not. Jack, welcome in. Good to see you. You're new here. Yeah, no, we know. So I said earlier, I said you're new here, right? Jack, I think you've been new here like the first 10 times at least now. Jack, our resident new friend here. So we're gonna go through 10 questions here. Don't feel like you have to explain them. We want to just kind of where it's called. We will go after and explain all of them, but we're gonna try and speed run them under 60 seconds. Try and beat the clock here, and make sure that you get some. Maybe someone can win the channel points here. So the prediction is up. Will they beat the timer? Yes or no in there. Make sure you gamble some points away. Give some. Roll the dice. See what's up. Maybe hey, it's worth it. It's worth throwing in a little bit of money in there. What's up, B? Welcome back, Bea. Make sure you get in that prediction here. I'll bet on you, Bea. Yeah, hey, there you go. Put the thing up on there as well. There seems to be a bit of stream delay, I think, here as well. But that's all right. Hopefully everyone can see the channel point thing there. For the prediction. It is going pretty fast there. So make sure you get your points in soon here, chat. Okay. The thing is, I'm realizing here too, is this might not be the crowd to do the prediction with, because I've heard that apparently Philippines has some rules against gambling online. So it might be a little bit hard for some people. I see a lot of people going yes. No one's going no, but that might be a little bit of a thing there. Okay, so everyone said yes. So there isn't much of a thing here, but that's all right. Can't bet the points, but I'm in to win easy. All right, hey, that's okay. That's all right. No, not really. It's just not IRL money for the VPN. It's all right. Hey, it's okay. That's all good. That's all good. Maybe we should get a sponsor from what's it called? From like some sort of VPN company, so that we can help out everyone out that needs to gamble here. I'm just saying. That's all right. That's okay. So the confidence is in your side here, Bea. So don't let the crowd down.
I'll do my best.
All right. The nerves are increasing slowly. I can feel it. All righty. Chat, are you ready? Are you ready to make sure that Bea feels a little more uncomfortable in all the questions that she answers really quickly here? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Bea, are you ready? Are you feeling ready, Bea?
I'm ready.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. Okay. We're going to start. Chat, I need you to spam that love, please. Start right about... Standard joking. I do this every guess, Bea. I make them all. They all just suffer through it. I'm just kidding. For real though. For real this time. Alrighty, starting the timer. And when I say the first question, we will start. Starting with, what is your favorite word?
Dog.
What is your favorite food?
Sushi.
What is your favorite drink?
Water.
What is your favorite number?
14.
Sorry, 14.
14.
What is your favorite movie?
Oh no. Shutter Island.
What is your favorite memory?
My first stream.
What is your favorite vacation?
The beach.
What is your favorite animal?
Dog.
What is your favorite family tradition?
Christmas.
And what is your
Bingo.
Christmas bingo? What is your favorite gift you've ever received?
Oh. My dog.
All right, Bea. Well, hey, 10 seconds still left on the clock. That's a pretty good run. That is probably one of the better runs we've seen in a long time. Even though you use the same answer 3 times, that's okay.
Was there a rule against that?
No, not at all. Not at all. You could do it. Dogs are great. However, we're going to go through every single one here, and she said the dog 3 times. Yeah, I know. Something just makes me feel like Bea really might like dogs. I don't know. Something. Just maybe. All right, Bea. Starting from the first one here, you said your favorite word is dog. So why dog?
I really couldn't. That's the first word that came to my mind.
Is there another word that's coming to your mind now that you've gotten a little bit of time to think about it now?
No.
Okay.
I like dogs.
Hey, dogs are great. Dogs are great.
Yeah.
Is
Especially my dog.
your dog?
Yeah.
What's your dog's name?
Pepper.
Pepper. Okay, that's what Dodge is putting in there. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Do we have a salt anywhere, or is it just pepper?
Yes, that's a good one. I've never heard that one before.
Really? Like, please, there's no way you've
No, I'm
never.
joking.
I was gonna say, there's no way you haven't heard that one before. I'm sure that's like the questionable, like, well, why am I still here? Question that you ask yourself whenever you hear that one. You said your favorite food is sushi. Is there a specific type of sushi that you like?
I like anything with salmon and spicy ones.
Oh, okay, all right. You said your favorite drink is water. Can't go wrong with water. Are you sticking with that one?
Yes.
Okay. Hey,
Definitely.
water's great. Water's amazing. Water's awesome.
Yeah.
Drink water, kids. You said your favorite number was 14, which funny enough is actually one of my favorite numbers too.
Really?
So why is number 14 your favorite number? Is it a special day? Is it a sports number? What correlates to the number 14?
It's my birthday day.
Okay.
My birthday number. Yeah, and I think it's just nice. It's a nice, even number.
It's a good number. It's a great number. I agree. You said your favorite movie, and then you said, "Oh no," and then you said,
I'm not good at picking favorites.
Okay, and then this is kind of the whole thing. Next time, I think you just speedrun dogs. I think that's just the move next time. What's it called? What's your favorite number? Dogs. You said your favorite movie was Shutter Island. Doesn't include many dogs from what I remember. But
It doesn't.
why is that one of the favorites?
Well, I just because I watched it with my entire family, so it was a nice time, and I don't know, it's just a mind-boggling movie that I liked to think about. Like even after I watched it, I was still thinking about it.
Okay. Speaking of like favorite things, so it sounds like it kind of like was as a good memory of you and your family. But speaking of your favorite memories, you said your favorite memory was your first stream. So that is obviously a special moment. So what happened in that first stream to make it your favorite memory?
My first stream was it was super scuffed. Like I don't even know if I can consider it my first stream, but I just had friends on like Discord and we were playing Among Us for my friend's birthday, but we were only like 4 people. So it was kind of funny. And then I just said, do you guys want to stream it so that we can let our other friends watch? So we streamed it, but I didn't really understand that like people could actually watch, like
Oh, like other
random
people.
people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't really think about that. But it's just funny to look back at it now. Yeah.
Now you have 11,000 new friends that are watching you every single that could be
Yeah.
watching you every single stream. That's crazy. That is crazy. Like our new friend Tato, who just joined in the chat. Exactly. Like that is so crazy that like that you didn't even consider that like random people, and then now like how many years ago was that? Was that first stream?
That was I think I've been streaming for a year and a half now.
Okay, so a year and a half later, look at the difference in life, really. You know what I mean? So crazy, and something that I definitely related to recently with having my 1 year anniversary just passed last week. Thank you, Tato. Appreciate it. Thanks for the follow. Is like how different things can be with just leaving a year is crazy. Like you said, year and a half. Like that's even crazier to me. Is how much a year and a half has changed for you, and kind of going from that Among Us. And I've heard from my research that you were considered a Fall Guys streamer at one point.
I mean, okay, that was another one of my very early streams. My stream was like it was a PowerPoint. So I don't really consider that as one of my first streams, but yeah, I did play a lot of Fall Guys back then.
Okay. Hey, PowerPoint streams go off. Just ask B.
Yeah, that's true. I have a PowerPoint stream.
Right? Hey, maybe I should have a PowerPoint stream. Damn. What would I do the PowerPoint on? That's the real question. Oh my goodness, Plum, thank you so much for the tier 1 for 2 months. My goodness, it's already been 2 months of us knowing each other, Plum. Damn, time flies when you're having fun. Am I right? So the very vacation you've ever taken, you said it was to the beach. Okay, so why the beach?
I just love the beach. It's probably my favorite place ever. I don't know. I just like the smell of the ocean. I like sand. I like just chilling. Yeah, and I like the sun.
Okay. Do
It's a happy place.
That's fair. Do you live close to the beach?
I don't.
Okay.
But we take a lot of trips throughout the year.
Awesome. That's good. I'm very fortunate where I live. We have a lot of beaches, but they're very cold. So most of the year. So it's not as, I mean, it's nice, but it's not as like exciting to go like beach when it's freezing cold. You said your favorite animal, which of course,
Dog.
yeah. Do we need any more explanation? I don't know. Hey, I mean, dogs are great. I don't think there's really much more to say, honestly. Dogs are great. However, this one I'm interested in though. Your favorite family tradition you said was Christmas bingo. Is that what I heard? Okay, so what happens on Christmas bingo?
Christmas bingo. Well, we usually celebrate. We get together at Christmas Eve, and then we just play bingo. But you have to like buy in. So yeah, we started gambling from a young age.
It's got to start them young.
A card would be like $2. And I remember like growing up, I did not have $2 to spare for a bingo card. So I would just make my mom pay for it. But we've been doing it for so many years. I haven't won a single family bingo. Not a single one.
Goodness. Well, hey, chat, everyone, I need you to manifest this year, Christmas. This Christmas is going to be the year that Bea does it. Bea, whether or not you win or not, gambling, yeah, exactly. Bea, whether you win or not, I need a message on my Discord after Christmas night of whether or not you won. Hey, you're not even gonna message me that you lost. You're gonna be 100% winning, 100%.
Yeah.
Exactly. Where there's no loss here. How big is the pot you should get for $2 entries?
Let me try to compute.
That's all right. Yeah, no, it's okay.
Less than $100.
That's still a lot, though.
Maybe 3,000 pesos is like 70, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, around 70.
Behavior, our resident peso to Canadian dollar converter. Can you please help? 60. That's still a lot of money, though. That's a
It
lot.
is.
That's a lot of
And we
family
do
members.
like a lot of rounds of bingo, and everyone just plays. It's really fun.
That's awesome. That's really cool. That's awesome. Well, we're manifesting a big win for you. It's gonna happen.
Thank you.
There's no way it doesn't. Let's go. This year's the year. Partner was last year. This year is winning Christmas bingo. That's the big wins we're manifesting this year. I mean, hopefully more than that, but you know, that's gonna be the biggest win of the year. And then you said your favorite gift you've ever received is your dog Pepper. So
Yes.
I'd love to hear more. Who gifted you Pepper, and how did that come about?
Well, it was I guess she was kind of gifted because we didn't pay for her because my friend who owned her before, like as a puppy, she moved away, and then she was going to give it away to someone else. But I was like, I could take Pepper, so she gave her to me, and that was before Pepper was even like 1 year old, and now she's 6. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So you stole Pepper. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
I
I
insisted on
insisted.
receiving her as a kid.
It's a funny way of saying stolen. No, I'm kidding. What's it called? No, Judge. I didn't steal her. I just requested that the dog ended up in my house.
Yeah.
In a very persistent way. Give me the dog. Well, now we know why you really, really, really like dogs. I get it. Little bit crazy about them, it sounds like. No, I'm just kidding. So that is quick questions. Congratulations. You beat the timer, which I think is the first time in a little while that anyone's beat the timer. So
Really?
congratulations, Bea. Well done. Very well done. However, we get into some questions here. From me, from the viewers, from pretty much anyone. If viewers would like to, okay. Well, that was fast there, Wolf. We have a question for you. And chat, if you'd like to ask some questions, I know your chat actually last night on your stream was asking you questions. They're asking about what you regret. We'll get into those kind of questions later.
Oh yeah.
But I liked your answer though. Your answer of I don't have regrets. Let's go. So maybe you have to get a tattoo across the collarbone there that says no regrets. Yeah, exactly. I'm out, but I'm here. What's up, Nate? How's it going? Good to see you, Nate. No regrets. Let's go. Exactly. However, we have a question that the mods will never, ever let go by. Not once without a streamer answering this question. Not a single Connections episode has gone past without this question being asked. And Wolf is maintaining that to continue on. That is our toilet paper question. There's 3 questions that relay into this question here for you, Bea, and you're going to be wondering why you are here after the end of these, I'm sure. But starting off with the first question. Toilet paper. Are we putting it over or are we putting it under?
Over.
Okay.
Always.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Nate. Let's go. No. Over all day. All right. It's been here before me. I cannot let streak end. Exactly, Wolf. The next question we have here, based off the toilet paper. This is the most awkward thing to always ask the streamers that I'm like newly meeting. When we're wiping, are we scrunching or are we folding?
I try to fold, but sometimes I just crunch. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. Hey, we appreciate the honesty. That's what we're looking here. We're not looking for anyone to lie unless you put your toilet paper under. Then maybe you need to lie. You should lie because chat will roast and toast you. But what's it called? But okay, that's fair. Hey, fair answer. I'll give you that one. And then the final question here: when we're wiping, are we going front to back or back to front?
Back to front. How can you go front to back?
Interesting. That's the second person that's ever said that. Interesting. Wipe your ass is crucial, guys. Nate, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Side to side, in my opinion. Your chat odd one. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Wait. Hey, Ran. So you said front to back, correct? Or back to front? You said back to front. Hold on. See, that's what I'm saying. However, I know Lucy said something similar. Our last guest that was on Connection said this. Wait. Yeah, no. Don't worry. We're not going anywhere, Red. Don't you worry. Front
Back
to
front.
Back to front. You want you stop. Okay, chat.
Days.
That's right.
So
I've heard.
it's already clean.
That's true. That's true. That's true. I've heard about this little like, what is it called? It's called like a little bee. What is it called again? It's tapo. That's what it is. Yes. And a little bucket with like pail. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I've heard about that. We learned about that from little Bea Bee, another Bea on the show. Funny enough. Girl's wife ass different, I guess. No, oh my goodness, Nate. Oh my goodness. Bidet master race. Hey, if you guys have been here for long enough, you would understand what I've put. But I call bidets bidon'ts. But you know, that's to each their own. You know. But hey, I think it's great. But personally, not use it. Wait, why? Yeah, Tato. It's all right. It's all right. Everyone breathe. Okay. It's okay, chat. It's okay. Hey. At least she puts her toilet paper over him, all right? Because then we have some serious problems. Hey, fair enough. As Lucy Moofy on the last episode said, it's hard to go against the grain. And that's why she wiped back to front. So hey, no, I understand. I get it, I guess. Wolf has a question here, another one here. By the way, chat, if you'd like to jump in on this, feel free to. It's in the channel points here as well. If you'd like to ask a question, if you have a question for me or for Bea. Wolf says, "How did you get your gamertag / username, and what was your first gamertag / username?"
Okay, beyacant. It was just always my gamertag. It was my gamertag for so long, and it has something to do with my name, so I can't really say like the real reason.
Okay.
But yeah, it kind of just stuck. And then I was also thinking about beyacant, and everyone always asks me why is it beyacant and not beyacant. It's because beyacant sounds so lame. It's like, yeah, I can. I don't know. It's just so cringe to me. But before beyacant, there are a lot. I was Monkey Fun Bea, Cozy Bea, Bea the One. Bea the One, I think that was probably my very, very first one. Oh, no, my very first one was Pinkie Pie. It was named after the My Little Pony. Because I was really young. Yeah, it was on the Xbox, I remember. And then after that, I changed it because I didn't want to be Pinkie Pie anymore. So I stole my brother's because my brother's name is Rafa, and he was always Rafa the One. And I couldn't think of anything else. So I stole it, and I became Bea the One. And then after that, there was Cozy Bea and Monkey Fun Bea, and then beyacant.
That's awesome. What a journey. Oh my goodness. This is becoming a really one of my favorite questions too, is Wolf's question there. That is a good one. That's interesting. What's it called? So that's the thing is I see Rad just memeing on you. She just can't. Hey, can't even? I don't know. I get it. I remember her COD name was 360 Sniper. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah.
Nate, you know what? Nate, we'll give you one freebie. We'll give you one freebie because you're new here and you made me laugh a couple times, Nate. So we'll give you here. Can you ask Bea?
Wow, Nate made you laugh? No, just kidding. I guess since Nate asked it, I guess he can be my favorite friend from Australia.
Oh, I guess. IG.
Yeah, Nate's my favorite friend from Australia.
Okay. You're not selling me on this, but okay. Well, we have a lot of friends from Australia, so maybe we can... No, I'm just kidding. Nate, I've seen you before, Nate. Nate, I know we have some mutuals somewhere else here. I've seen your beautiful name somewhere else. You've cracked me up a couple times, so I know we've seen each other before. But I do see that this is your first time in chat today, so I'm interested to know where we know each other from. I'll have to get you on Discord or something like that. Exclamation mark Discord if you're willing to. And we can maybe see if we have any mutual friends. I feel like I've seen you before. I'm everywhere. I feel that. That name seems familiar to me too. I know. I feel like it's like a friend of Mango's or someone. I feel like that's where I know you from. I'm a funny dude, I must say. Thank you, Nate. Appreciate it. Glad we finessed a new friend here. By the way, everyone go say hi to Nate if you haven't already. A new friend in the residence here. His name does feel familiar. I know, right? Alrighty. But I got some questions now for you, Bea, before we hit our first break of the show here. Bea, what made you... I know you told us a little bit kind of your things for playing Among Us with some friends. But what made you want to begin stream? Was there something else aside from just wanting to stream it to friends, or was it that the only reason you began streaming?
Well, I started getting into gaming at the start of the pandemic, and I just wanted to watch people like play the games that I was playing. That's what got me into Twitch in the first place. And yeah, when I saw people doing it, I felt like I wanted to do it too. And then I don't know if you guys know Chris Ray. We went to high school together. And then I saw that she was streaming too. So when I saw her streaming, I was like, yeah, I can stream. So I started streaming. It was really like on a whim, honestly. Like I don't really do a lot of things without planning. But when it came to streaming, I just did it randomly. I don't know.
Awesome.
Just something made me want to stream, yeah.
So Chris Ray, I have seen Chris Ray before. And yes, awesome. And a oh no, I was never mind. My research is wrong. Never mind. But I still know Chris. I do know Chris.
Yeah.
I thought I'm mixing them up with someone else though. Yes, from the streams that I've seen, a great streamer from what I've seen.
Mhm.
And someone who I at least know of for sure. I'm sure they don't know me, but that's all right. Maybe one day. What's it called? Okay, that's awesome. That's crazy. So yeah, because I think you don't seem to be the person who doesn't seem to be quite organized. From what I've seen from you, you seem fairly organized, which is impressive.
Yeah.
It is quite impressive. And yes, B, by the way, we have done the TP question. It was a fiasco in itself, as it usually is. And then we have this other question here. B's favorite question. What is the TLDR version of your life? Or maybe because I know this has been issues for some. What is the summed up version of your life from the first moments, the first memories that you can think of, all the way leading up until now, the beyacant that we know on twitch.tv? What did those kind of in-between stories look like leading up?
Okay, well, I feel like my life is basically just me really coming out of my shell over like 21 years. Like looking back at how I was in grade school, high school, I was super shy, and I didn't like going out of my comfort zone until, yeah, I feel like every year I just got to meet so many people and make a lot of memories that eventually got me to here where like I'm comfortable talking to my stream and my chat and like making friends online, which I would have never imagined. Even like before the pandemic, I never imagined that I would be how I am now. But yeah.
Okay.
I think also another thing is like I have gone through a lot of phases in my life, like in terms of things that I'm passionate about or like things that I'm into. And definitely right now, well, for the past year and a half, it's been, streaming, gaming. Yeah.
What would you say is some of the phases that you've gone through in your life?
Okay.
Is there somewhere on the internet an emo Bea phase?
Oh, not emo, but like punk rock.
Oh, okay.
Like really, I didn't go full on. I couldn't. My mom wouldn't let me. I would just rock the muscle tees and like big boots, and I would
Okay.
just listen to like All Time Low. That was my favorite band. So yeah, there's that phase. That was my I was about to spoil my two truths and a lie.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, that's one of the phases. And then another one is probably like the hipster phase. You know
Okay.
the flower crowns.
Okay,
the
yeah,
galaxy
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, like Tumblr, very Tumblr.
Okay.
Yeah, there's that phase. And so now obviously it's like the streaming gaming. What other phases did I go through? YouTuber phase. I used to want to be YouTuber.
I've watched some of your YouTube videos. They're really good, actually. I'll give you
Oh
like
yeah.
your one
But,
of
like,
your
there are
friends.
some really old ones. That you
Your
definitely-
friends ones. I know, like it's been out for a little while now, but your friends one was good. It was like well edited
Yeah,
too.
I loved editing that one. That's probably my favorite video ever.
It was funny. It was really funny. It was really good, and your friends are quite the characters for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
My favorite part, I think, would be when you all left for the non-streamer on screen. Like,
Oh.
is it Randy? Is that the name?
Yeah, Randy.
That's called. And literally just sit there. Hi, hello, yes, hi, I'm Randy. Yep. And I think anyone
Yeah,
who's
that
ever
was
streamed and
funny.
started streaming that can feel that feeling that Randy
Mhm.
had on your stream, where everyone's in the corner and Randy's like, okay,
But yeah,
okay.
those are some of the phases that I've been through.
That's awesome. That's some awesome phases. Those are interesting. Now I'm going to do some more research here and dig up some old pictures of because I feel like some people are interested now. Yeah, some whole looks. Good to know exactly, Drag. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so some things here, and it's funny. You said you're shy, and maybe we'll talk a little bit more about this a bit more.
Mhm.
But it's something that I noticed really quickly about you. I see you on stream. I see you being so boisterous and so like bubbly and outgoing, which you're not. I'm not saying you're not bubbly, but I think is you're definitely you're very comfortable streaming. You're very comfortable.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
something that's really like awesome and great to see, because usually it's the other way around for a lot of people. Is usually that streaming is where the people get shy, and then outside people get very kind of like boisterous off a stream sort of thing, and finding that kind of togetherness is where it if you can find that place where it's good is great. But I think as far as then meeting you off stream, you're very quiet. You're very
Mhm.
"Mhm, yep, okay, yep." And it was something that kind of threw me
Yeah.
off, and I remember like calling people who knew you, and I said, "Is like, what's up with Bea? She okay? Like, did I scare the shit out of her?" And they're like, "No, no, 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 no. Like, once you know her, trust me. Once you know her." And I was like, "Okay, sort of thing." Like, and you wouldn't be the first nor last person that we met that has been like that. And it's obviously it's nerve wracking, and I condemn you for not hiding your true feelings of feeling nervous and stuff like that, because it's really easy to kind of put up a guard, be like, "I'm so excited, it's so great," sort of thing. And it's okay to be excited. It's great to be excited too, but it's also okay to be nervous or anxious about coming on something like this too. And the fact that you shared that with your community, I think it's really inspiring and stuff like that, because I think it opens up conversations to not be like, "I'm okay all the time." I think that's important to have. But it surprised me when how quiet you were in our first meeting,
Yeah.
compared to what I saw on stream. I was like, this will be interesting. But I can definitely tell you love streaming. It's definitely a passion of yours. And you got an amazing community here. Even though they bully you sometimes, but
All the time.
but what's being a streamer without a little bit of bullying from your community? Am I right?
Mhm.
But I got another question for you here. Do you have any secret hobbies or skills that most people would not know about you?
Yeah. Um, I don't do it as often now, but I used to love like sewing and
Okay, that's
altering
cool.
my clothes. Yeah, actually, before I started streaming, I wanted to be a YouTuber. So I had this whole video, like I filmed the whole thing, and it's just basically me like upcycling clothes that I have.
That's
And
awesome.
like, yeah, like so, and I do wear them still, but like it's just the editing part that really got to me. I think that's like a really big difference between YouTube and streaming, is that like streaming, you just press start streaming, then it's out there. And then when you're done, then that's your content. But with YouTube, it like the editing process takes so long, and I got really burnt out from editing that I never ended up posting it, even though it was like 90% done. But yeah, so sewing, I haven't done it in a while though, but I really enjoyed doing that. Like I have my own sewing machine and everything. Um, but yeah, I think probably that. Right now, I don't really have like outside of streaming and school. I don't really have time for my hobbies anymore. I used to be into sports as well, but yeah, I don't really do that too
What
much
what
these
sports?
days.
What sports were you into?
Um, I did swimming, tennis, volleyball. Yeah, those three.
Well, you said tennis, volleyball, swimming. I've heard a little bit of a story about you.
I know. I know. Yeah.
um, a story that relates around swimming.
Yeah.
Apparently, you cried when the instructor made you do a full swim
I
out. So
did.
explain that story.
so I was in swimming lessons over the summer, and then I was young, so like I started out with like the baby lessons, and then eventually I got better, and they moved me up to the next level, and the next level was like with the big kids, and then they made me swim like it was like an Olympic-sized lap. And then I was like a little kid. So when I finished the first lap, I remember my brother was in the next lane, and I looked at him, and I was crying in my goggles. And I looked at him, and I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Aw.
And after that, I cried to my mom, and then she took me out of swimming lesson.
Aw. At
Yeah.
least you're laughing about it now. Like at least that's the
Yeah.
positive side of it. Like at least it's not like a totally traumatic event for you like at this point.
Yeah, it's honestly really funny looking back at it. I honestly wish my mom didn't take me out. I wish that she forced me to keep going, because then I would have been like a pro swimmer or something.
Hey, it makes for one heck of a story.
Yeah.
For sure. And I've heard also too is certain things too is like I heard the sources are a little bit rough, so bear with me here. But that either you played an instrument or you were a drama kid or both. I don't know.
Oh, I played instruments.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I was a band kid.
Okay. What instruments you play?
I played guitar. I still play guitar. I used to play guitar on stream a lot, but not so much these days. But yeah, in high school, I was in the band. I played guitar with my best friends, actually.
You play Wonderwall?
Wonderball?
Wonderwall?
Oh, Wonderwall! Yeah, that's like one of the first songs that because my brother taught me how to play guitar. That's like one of the first songs he taught me.
It's like the staple. You have to learn it. You have to learn Wonderwall first. It's like if you're not playing Wonderwall first, do you even know guitar? Like, come on. That's awesome though. Okay, all right. Well, that's good. That's some cool secret hobbies. Most times people are like, I don't know, maybe something. But those are great. Before we hit the break here, I got one question here for you here. Wonderwall nodders, exactly. I got one more question for you here before we hit the break. What has been the peak and the pit of your streaming career thus far?
I think that my peak and my pit were actually like pretty close together. I think
Okay.
my peak was when I hit partner. Yeah, that's probably my biggest milestone so far in streaming. But my pit would probably be like right before that, because I was trying to hit partner for, it feels like, for so long, like months probably, even though I think that's not really that long for some people. But yeah, I felt like before that I was so focused on like numbers and stuff, because I really wanted to hit it. And I remember it was like the 75 average viewers, and I remember every stream I would be like watching the numbers, and then it was so like it kept going up and down, up and down. And I think during that time I was really basing my worth as a content creator, as a streamer, on those numbers. And as long as I didn't hit partner, that it felt like I wasn't doing enough. But eventually I kind of like I kind of like realized that mindset in me, and I realized that it was not doing well for like my mental and stuff. So at that point, I just like turned off the viewer count, because before that I would like watch the viewer count while I was streaming. But after that, I turned it off, and then I stopped focusing on hitting partners so much. I just told myself that like if it happens, it happens, and then yeah, it did. So when I hit it, it was a very big achievement for me. I was really happy. Yeah.
That's awesome. And I think as far as like partner and that kind of side of things that is probably one of the best things you can do is turn off the numbers, because you are so much more worth than the numbers that are on the
Yeah.
screen, right? It doesn't
Mhm.
the correlation, there's really not much. But I think is when you get so stuck on the numbers and base yourself so much on the numbers, it's so easy to forget small little things that like are details that you would have focused on before you were focusing on stuff like that. And I mean, you are actually the 51st streamer that we've actually talked to this past year, and so there's so many stories we've heard, partners, non-partners, and of like things they've done that have helped them grow, helped them not grow. And it's interesting, a lot of them relate to turning off the view count as one, and then not looking at it after stream is the second one. and looking at it maybe on like a weekly basis, a monthly basis,
Mhm.
or whenever you have to, or even some for some of them, and just enjoy streaming or create content that you would want to watch essentially, rather than focusing on the numbers, because if you would watch it, someone else is definitely going to as well. And that's kind of where I got to in September is something very similar, where it was like I was watching the view count so often, and it wasn't going the way I was wanting it to. And then I realized I was like, what is me looking at it gonna do other than hurt my mental health? And then sure enough, I stopped looking at it. I felt a little bit of progress kind of helping and stuff like that. And I mean, we've been on a steady incline since then, and it's been amazing to see, and I'm very fortunate for that. And so it's look at all these amazing people. Like, I mean, like, and I'm so fortunate to get to hang out with these amazing people that are in chat, and that is something that's so cool. And I think it's because my focus is not to worry about whatever numbers on the screen. It's just to enjoy the people that are there. And there's so many amazing
Yeah.
people that do decide to hang out with us every single stream. And that's cool enough for me. I mean, it could be 3 people, it could be 100. It's still really cool to have a few people that's even interested in doing this. And yeah, no, it's really cool for sure. How did you feel? I have a couple questions here. I just want to say hi to RD because I see RD is joining into the chat. Hi, RD. RD says hi, Bea. Welcome in. And Nate, thank you so much for stopping in. Appreciate you stopping in. Welcome in. We hope to talk some more there, Nate, and see who you know, Nate. Take care. I have a question though for you. Is as far as how did you feel? Obviously, there's the initial kind of the initial partner kind of spot where you went from kind of hitting partner. But what does after partner look like? Because I've heard a lot of streamers feeling like it's hard because you've hit that peak that's so high, and then you're like, where? How do I improve? How do I go from here? What does that look like for you? Because obviously that's a huge milestone. That's amazing, and congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
And what's called for sure. But like, what is that? What's the next? What did right after that? After the celebrations end, what did that look like for you?
I think after like probably well, how long have I been partnered now? I can't remember. Probably I think I got partnered at like the end of last year. So I think after that, um, I was still on a high because like I couldn't believe it. I was like so happy. But yeah, I definitely relate to like what you mentioned that after you hit that peak, you kind of wonder like where am I gonna go from here? I mean, there's always room to grow, but I feel like it's a little bit harder since you don't really have that like concrete milestone to look for anymore. Like before, you would be aiming for that check mark. You want that check mark, but then after you get that check mark, it's kind of like, okay, now what? But for me, I think I just started to focus on just like really enjoying streaming, and of course I want to grow, so I began focusing on like growing my other platforms like TikTok, YouTube, editing things for that. um but yeah, I mean, even with the numbers thing, I still struggle with that sometimes, like focusing on the numbers too much. But at this point I feel like I'm also a student, so I'm trying to focus a lot of energy on that, and because I'm supposed to be graduating soon, so yeah, I've been focusing a lot on that. But when it comes to streaming, it's just something that I really enjoy doing. So I mean, even if right now I'm not really like aiming to go full time or anything, it's just something that I really look forward to every day that I am streaming, and yeah.
That's awesome. And the thing is, like, that should be the main importance is having fun with streaming, like you
Mhm.
said. And um, to someone who may be like a streamer, pushing for that partner thing, or even to your younger self, would you still push for that partner thing, knowing that what you know now, or would you have kind of maybe pushed yourself to a certain point, maybe hit that check mark, but not applied for it? Like, do you think are you content with selecting that you check that, even though knowing the fact that you now have that check mark, and it's there's as far as Twitch achievements, there's not much more past that. Is like, what would you say to those people, or even your younger self?
Well, I can't really speak for other people, but if I were to speak to my younger self, I definitely would still would have pushed for it, like for the check mark, because I feel like more than just something that I was able to celebrate on my own, it's something that like I could celebrate with my community. And I know a lot of people were like supporting me, trying to get to the check mark. And yeah, when I got it, it was like I owed it to them, you know. It was something that we celebrated as a community. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I think it's so much more meaningful to do it with like your friends essentially than doing it alone. And I think that's something that's so cool for me too, is like all these celebrations that I've gotten to do over the past year, whether it's hitting affiliate or it's the amount of episodes that we've done in a row, or it's the 1 year that we just had last week, or the new show that we have. I get to do it with the people that are here. Like, and that's the cool thing, that like my friends, like my real friends who have met over the past year. And I think last stream really put that in perspective for me, is that a year ago, I didn't know how. I know really any of these people except for my mom who's in chat. But aside from that, like I didn't really know anyone. These are all new friends that I've made over this past year, and that is the craziest thing to me. And I'm so fortunate for that I've made so many new friends because of this journey, and it's just so cool. And being able to celebrate those successes, I'm sure, was definitely a cool achievement, for sure. So yeah. All right, we're gonna hit a quick break here. When we come back, we're going to play Two Truths and a Lie, and then we're going to go into some deeper questions. So, you have what's it called? Yeah, so it's called chat. Don't go anywhere. Maybe go get yourself a little snack. Get some water, because water's great. As we said earlier, water's great. It's good. What's it called? You got to make sure you hydrate yourself, and then come right back here for when we go there. Yeah, Donovan, yes, the TP question has already been asked. We had it earlier. Don't worry. Let's go. You have to watch the VODs. You're going to have to watch VODs. Which, by the way, !YT if you'd like to go and see any of the VODs that we have from past guests, or even this one in a few days' time. And we'll see you after the break in a few minutes. We'll see you in a sec. Drink some water. And we're back. We're back. What's up, chat? How's it going? Did everyone get water? I told you to. Thank you so much, Ranu, for the... no. Thank you so much, Ranu, for the Tier 1 gift is up. Welcome in. Thank you so much. You're a best bud now. My goodness. Welcome in. And I saw you join the Discord too. You got coffee? I mean, Arrow, do you really need more caffeine? Like, really? Think about it for a second. What's it called? Dan, quick break. I know, right, Pugs? We speedy today. We speedy on this one. Alrighty, but this is the time. This is the time for Pugs to shine. This is Two Truths and a Lie. And so... Maybe you've never been a part of it. Maybe we do two truths and a lie a little differently than you know. This is how I'm going to explain it to you. I get you to direct your beautiful little eyeballs to the screen here, please, as we show you guys all how to play Two Truths, One Lie on sections here. The Two Truths and a Lie is quite simple. It's all, again, 3 rules. That's how we keep it consistent here. The first rule is that the guest is going to provide 3 statements about themselves. 2 are fact and 1 is a lie. Number 2 is that the viewers are going to be able to guess the false statement by voting in a poll. If the viewers are correct of a majority, all the viewers will get 10 tickets towards the giveaway for the headset. Subscribers will get 50 tickets. If me, Brent, chooses the correct false statements, one of the viewers will become a VIP on this channel. Thank you, Drag. We love you, Drag. So thank you. Appreciate you. But yes, we are giving, like I said earlier in the stream, away this headset, the Steel Series Arctis 1 wireless headset, away to someone on April 3rd, I think. Hang on. Let me check my dates here. When are we giving this away? What day? 2nd? I don't know. Jeff's mother. Jeff, are you is that Jeff? Are you actually a mother? I'm interested. I have to know. He's not.
He's
All right. It's all right. It's fine. It's fine. Waluigi, welcome in. What's up? Oh my goodness. It is the... Why did I put it anywhere? I think it is the 2nd. I think you must be... Yeah, you're right. It is the 2nd. So we're going to be giving away on the 2nd of April to someone on the stream there. So make sure you go get into the Discord so you have the reminders on there. I mean, or any of my socials really if you don't do Discord. But you will need Discord to claim this prize in the April 2nd. But we're going to be giving away some tickets to the raffle for it today. If the majority is right. And like I said, the subscribers will be getting 5 times. You do not need to be a subscriber to get that. But I would suggest voting in the poll there because your vote matters. So, Bea, I'm going to give the floor to you and get you to tell us your 2 truths and a lie as I write down your information here.
Okay. Two truths. I'm gonna read it from my phone.
All right.
Okay, number one, the game that got me into Twitch or like watching Twitch was Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
Number two,
Hang on. I'm
when
gonna
I
write these
was
down. Hold on. I'm gonna write these
Okay.
down in breath. Of the Wild.
okay.
Okay, go for it. Yep.
Okay, number two, when I was 14, I was in a band with my best friends.
Band with friends. Okay.
Okay, and then number three is I used to be Tumblr famous.
Tumblr. Oh, these are good ones, Bea. Okay, these are really good ones. See, I would say Dodge. Maybe not leak, but what you can do. Am I allowed to discuss? What you can do is, hey, Pugs, you know the deal. We're gonna talk all about this after. If you know, I mean, you could if you wanted to, but I would suggest. There's no rules against leaking it, but I would suggest voting in the poll. Maybe pushing people a little bit, nudge some people one way or another. But keep in mind, you guys get tickets towards this if you guys get the majority correct. As well as I also get a choice too, just to give someone VIP as well. So, you know what I mean? Alrighty, we're gonna run this poll here. It's gonna be a 3-minute poll that Wolf's gonna set up for us here. And just DM me Dodge so it looks natural. Yes, Pugs is our resident queen, 2 truths and a lie winner. Tell me, Judge. Hey, Dodge, you just leak it. I don't know. It's not, I mean, but the 3 that we have on screen here that we're gonna have in a second here when this poll pops up in just a moment. And I'm gonna need your help to do it. It's right up right now. Make sure you go vote. Number 1 is that the game that got her into Twitch was Breath of the Wild. Number 2 is that at 14 years old, she was in a band with her friends. And number 3 is that she used to be Tumblr famous. Leaking feels shitty. It does. But I mean, hey, free tickets. Am I right? I see a lot of people going for the number 3 spot right off the bat. Y'all are just hoping that's that Dodge is putting that first one in there and you guys are just not following someone else who's randomly guessed. However, no one's going for number 1, which is the game that got her into Twitch was Breath of the Wild. Number 2 is that the 14-year-old, when at 14 years old, was in a band with her friends. I see someone's going for that one now. Someone's taking the bait. We all G. Okay. 3 feels too weird though. See, Pugs is like tinfoil hat in this. Pugs deep in thought on this one. As in you wouldn't make it up. I see. Number 1, no one's biting on Breath of the Wild. Everyone thinks that one's true. Keep in mind, we're looking for the lie here. We're looking for the lie. To is a decent amount of details. It does. It also has a number, which, as we know from previous guests, that numbers are sometimes used to throw us off. Maybe it wasn't 14, maybe it was 13, maybe it was 12. But people are not falling past that for number 3 being Tumblr famous. So number 1 more time, is that the game that got her into Twitch was Breath of the Wild. Number 2 was at 14 years old, she was in a band with her friends. And number 3, she was Tumblr famous previously. You said previously, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
How many followers you have, huh? Let's go. Don't worry, Randy. We will ask the questions here. Don't you worry. This is that kind of podcast. We ask the deep questions. I'm going to, but mostly because I want 3 to be true. Hey, I'm all voting for number 3 to be true as well. I mean, number 2 and 3 are very interesting to me. Number 1, I mean, it's cool as well. But number 2 and 3, there's some stories there. That's for sure. Someone bit on number 1. So everyone's voted on there across there. So I see number 1 game that got her into Twitch was Breath of the Wild. Number 2 was at 14 years old, was in a band with friends, and number 3 was Tumblr famous. Number 3 taking the lead with 7 points. Number 2 at 2 points, and then number 1 with 1 point. That's interesting how it's like 2-1 there. And as we're about to close off the poll here in just a moment, make sure you get your thing in. There's about 15 seconds left here. Make sure you get your votes in if you have not already. If you're in the kitchen, you're listening to this and you're one of the lurker, run over to your computer quickly. 10 follows Tumblr famous. I mean, that's true, Dregpie. That perspective is definitely a player in this. That is true. You're not wrong on that one there, Dregpie. I'll give you that. However, chat has has discussed. The council has come up with a verdict here, Bea. But it's my turn. It's my turn, chat, to decide who is what I think is the lie. As much as I feel like Dodge has pushed the people towards number 3 in a likely way, I'm gonna go against chat, which usually doesn't work out for me, but I'm gonna go against chat. I'm gonna say that the band was the lie. So I'm gonna say that you changed, either we weren't in a band or you've changed up the date, the years, or the how old you were. So Bea, I'm gonna start with mine. Was being 14 years old in a band with friends, is that the lie?
No, that's
Okay.
true.
Okay. We'll hear about that in a second.
Mhm.
Was chat right? Are you have you been, or what's it called? Have you actually not been Tumblr famous?
Yes, that was a lie.
Oh my goodness. Well, chat, I
I
will
would have
get
loved to
you.
be back when I was like 14, but no.
Let's run it. That's the success. Congratulations, chat. You getting some things here. Success on the chat. Easy. All right. Congratulations, chat. Y'all getting some giveaways here. Let's start this up here really quick here. And hey, like I said, it doesn't usually work out in my favor when I go against a chat that heavy. But there's been some times. Easy claps. That's all right. Everyone in chat, because the majority won, everyone's getting some tickets here. Let's start this up here right now. 10 tickets for everyone. The thing has started. So tickets, 10 for everyone, 50 for subs.
Can I join too?
Of course you can. Yes, of course you can.
Yay.
You can even get more by what's called exclamation mark tickets. But you can even get some more too by just following on social media accounts. So if that interests you, you can always get more into the giveaway there. Exclamation mark tickets will show you how you can get some more entries to win this lovely headset that we'll be sending you here. And maybe we can cut the cord there, Bea, on your lovely headphones that you have there. We can get you. We can hook you up with a real gamer headset.
Yeah.
And I see that Arrow is getting a 50 pack as well, right along with Pugs and Arrow getting those 50 packs for 5,000 channel points. And I see that we have some things there. So here, let's pop this up here. What we got? So this, what? Pugs! Oh my goodness!
Thank you.
Pugs, 29 gifted subs. Oh my goodness! Sorry, what?
Does that mean I get to enter again?
We'll give you the 50 for it. Pug or Wolf, can you please message me on Discord just to remind me that I need to make sure that I give Bea the 50 because Streamlabs doesn't update like that, unfortunately. But thank you, Pugs. I appreciate you. Pugs, you're at 29 gifted subs. My goodness. Jeez. Stop spending your money on me. I love you. Thank you. Alrighty. So yes, if you'd like to get some more things, there's a couple ways you can. You can do one or multiple ways of doing it by following on YouTube, !YT, by following the podcast on Spotify, by !Podcast, by the way, for that one. By being here for long enough, you can get some points there. You can get some for following on Twitter and on Instagram. It's quite easy. But how you start with that is exclamation mark tickets is the best way to get that. I'm making Wolf work here. Wolf's like with the speed with the commands right now. We'd like to get some more tickets into our giveaway this month for this Steel Series headset. But yes, of course, Bea, of course you can win. I think we have a lot of previous Connections guests that are actually in this and have a lot of points actually too. So you definitely can. No problem at all.
Fingers crossed.
Hey, yeah, exactly. If it's not Christmas bingo. Pogmods, exactly, Ranu. You're exactly right. Exclamation mark mods. Actually, sorry. Before we do that, exclamation mark mods if you'd like to join our team if you've been around for a little while. However, exclamation mark feed the mods. That is a command. If you think of anything today, exclamation mark feed mods, tip the mods, tip the mods. That is a donation link that goes straight to my mods. They work incredibly hard every single stream. They work every Connections. They are working on Who Are You. There's a big team that works on Who Are You. And they work completely for free at this point. And I would love to give them some sort of benefit from this. So if you're thinking of subscribing to me, I would suggest hold your money. and send it. Go on pally.gg/tip/Brangra and tip them. It goes directly to them. I don't see any of that money goes right into their PayPals. I would love it if you would help me with that, and it will even pop up on stream too on the little chat box there too, as well as in chat if you'd be willing to. If you feel like you would like to subscribe, that's a one way of supporting this channel, for me at least. So let's go through these here. As I see, actually, before we quickly do this, I'm going to quickly go to the desktop. So if your name is in here, that means that you are actively in there. I don't know what's gone wrong with this one here, but that is the thing here. You got all. If your name is in there, if your name is Jeff's mother, Beyacant, Ranu, Dragpie, Dodge, Renee, Jack, or Donovan, you're in the thing here for that. So make sure that I can see you too, Ranu. And so make sure your name is in there as on there so that we can make sure we give you some of your tickets there. I see Pugs in there too. So but we're gonna start from the top and work our way down to the bottom here. Actually, no, we're not. We're gonna do your lie first.
Okay.
You said you're Tumblr famous. Is there any truth to that lie?
I was on Tumblr a lot. I spent probably like so much time on Tumblr when I was young. I go through a lot of phases. So I had like a One Direction blog, and then I had like one of those summer themed ones where all the pictures were like the beach and like watermelons and pineapples. And then I had another one where I started to get into like fashion. So yeah, but no, I was never Tumblr famous. I probably had like 200 followers on Tumblr.
Still pretty good. That's pretty good still.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
I think everyone at a young age, like 14, 13, like in like, I don't know, the age range that we are in, that kind of like, I mean, I say that, but I'm like a lot older than you, and now it makes me feel old, but it's fine. It's just because that was like a cool thing to do. Is like, if you were Tumblr famous, like you fucking made it. Like, and so like that was one of the things. So I have a question for you though. Who was your favorite 1D member?
Louis.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a Louis girl.
Okay. Explains a lot. Okay. Just kidding.
Oh, really? What does it explain?
No, I'm just kidding. I think I could be wrong, but I think my sister's favorite was Louis as well, actually. I could be wrong though about that. I have to go check. I have to go text her. So I remember one time she had like nails, and she put each one of their faces on her nails, and then put like a clear coat on it. It was really creative. And yeah, I remember being like, wow, just like flip me off with Zane like crazy. Like and then don't point your Nile at me. And then the first one. So your first game that got you into Twitch was Breath of the Wild. That was true.
Mhm.
Do you remember who the streamer was that was playing that?
I don't. I remember because that was the first game that I started playing when the pandemic started, and then I just wanted to see if people, because I knew that it was like a pretty old game, like it wasn't released recently or anything. So I wanted to see if people were still streaming it. So I saw some people streaming it, but I didn't really get into like I never discovered any streamer that like I still watch until this day. And yes, Dodge is right. I still haven't finished it.
Whoa! Got a raid. Sorry, that scared the shit out of me. I usually don't jump up or say anything. That scared the shit out of me. Oh my goodness! Hello, Ellis. Ellis with the rebrand. What's up, Ellis? How's it going? Good to see you. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? I saw you were streaming. And Ellis, I like the rebrand. I like it a lot. It looks amazing. We're meeting our new friend Bea. Exclamation mark!
Raiders.
Yeah, exclamation mark guest if you'd like to go and see where you can find Bea. Thank you, Wolf. Welcome in, Dez. How's it going? Good to see you. And welcome in, Raiders. Good to see you. Thank you so much, Ellis. Ellis is a good friend of ours, by the way. If those of you that don't know, Ellis is amazing. A great Duolingo streamer would probably be where I put Ellis. Ellis is like a magician when it comes to learning new languages. And is amazing, and is an amazing friend. Has became a very quick friend of ours here on the channel. So welcome in, Ellis. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you trusting us with your thing. And by the way, for you and your raiders, we're doing the 2 Choose 1 Lie. We won. We just won 2 Choose 1 Lie. That's what we're doing right now. We're just talking about the lies as well, or in the truth. Sorry. And so if you'd like, exclamation mark enter, get yourself in the giveaway. We're giving away the SteelSeries headset back here. And we want to give it away to someone. So, I mean, if you're interested, exclamation mark giveaway, exclamation mark tickets. We'll get you those kind of things as well. If you'd like to get some more tickets on top of the entry ones too. While that raid came in, I actually was typing out to see if Breath of the Wild, if people still play Breath of the Wild. It still does very well.
Really?
It does.
And I think there's a new one coming out this year, if I'm not
yeah.
mistaken. Yeah.
No, it's still, there's like the tops. The top streamer is at 135 viewers and 80 viewers for the thing. So yeah, no, they still do really, really well. There's a lot of streamers on here. Like I'm scrolling and
Maybe I
probably
should finish it on stream.
Hey, there you go. Exactly. That's a good idea. Yeah, no, there's 961 viewers still there. Hey, you could bring that up to 1,000 there, Bea. I'm sure of it. If not even more. So and then with our final one here for your truth here is that at 14 years old, you started a band with your friends. What was the band's name? What was the what instrument did you play in the band? I'm assuming guitar, and also the what kind of band was it, and what happened to it? Is it still together today?
Okay, so the name of the band was Copyright, and our logo was the C.
Yeah.
And the copyright symbol, and it was basically like if you know 5 Seconds of Summer, we were all really big 5 Seconds of Summer fans, so we were basically like trying to be the girl version of them.
Okay.
So yeah, I played guitar and I sang, and we tried to write some original songs, but I don't even remember how any of them went. But we would like on the weekends we would get together and like just play our instruments and record covers. It was honestly really fun. It was so much fun. But to this day, two of the girls in the band, they're like my best friends. So yeah, we're still really close until now. We don't do the band anymore, but yeah, we still hang out and we still jam sometimes. But yeah, Copyright has disbanded.
Being DMCA striked. So another question here: is there anything that's online? Considering that you had interest in YouTube when you were younger.
I don't think there is. The thing is, like, whenever we would do covers, we're all like perfectionists, so they were never good enough for us to post, so we never posted anything. I think that's one of the flaws of our band. Yeah.
I think
we
that'd be
never get it perfect.
That'd be like if you have anything on file in your computer, I think that'd be a perfect subathon thing. Just be like,
oh, you're so right. Yeah, I should look for those.
That'd be a good one too. And I don't know why this popped into my head, but through doing my research, I saw that one of our mutual friends, Sunny Movement, has featured in one of your TikToks that you've done, asking about how to say some Tagalog words.
Yeah, how to say shrimp.
Oh, the one that I saw was about how to say Japanese.
Oh yeah. How to say Japanese, but then I accidentally translated it into shrimp.
Oh, okay.
Because in Filipino, it's like Japanese is hapon, and then shrimp is hipon.
Yeah.
And I said hipon.
Yeah. And then the Windows reloading logo in your eyes have been like, and what's it called? And then Sunny doing what Sunny does best, dropping a D's nuts joke on the streamers. I don't know if you know this, but on Who Are You, the episode that he actually won, at the very end of his episode when he was given the floor to shout out, he shouted out Matu. And he goes, oh, do you know Matu? To me, and I was like, oh no, I don't know Matu. And he goes, Matu nuts, and I was like,
God damn it.
Yeah, exactly. And so like in front of everyone on stream, Sunny got my ass pretty good. So yes, no, and Sunny will actually be on Connections in a few weeks' time, joining me here. Yes, so I can't wait to get memed on again because I'm sure he won't miss the opportunity. But yes, so hey, those were some solid statements there for the two truths and a lie there. I'll give you that to you, Bea. Some definitely some interesting one. I was definitely rooting for the Tumblr one to be real.
Yeah,
But I
I'm
mean, hey,
sorry.
you tried, you gave it a good old try, which
I
is
tried.
which is a good, which is, I mean, that's good, that's a solid, that's good enough for me. However, Bea, we've talked about quite a few things throughout the start of the stream today. We've talked about your love for dogs, first off. We talked about how much you love the beach. You're streaming a little bit, which I'm sure we'll get into a little bit more. Talked about Christmas bingo. We've talked about
Yes.
you being shy. We've talked about you being in bands. You've talked about your phases you've gone through. We've gotten through a lot of stuff here. However, now is the time of the show where we go through the deeper stuff, kind of the deeper questions, and get to know kind of who really is the person behind the creator, and get to know a little bit more about you. And so yeah, so that's kind of where we're going to now. I'm not going to throw you off the deep end. We'll easy in. We're not going to be like your swim instructor and make you cry, but we're gonna
Thank
ease.
you.
I mean, if you cry, that's okay. What's it called? You won't be the first. What's it called? Crying is okay here. We want you to be vulnerable and open with us, so don't feel like you can't cry here.
Alright.
All right. We just wanted it to be from like hating us and being like, I want out, leave, let me go, get me out of this pool. What's it called? So that's this. I think we got to start with this one. I think it's too easy not to.
Okay.
What do you regret doing in life?
Oh, I don't have regrets. No regrets, baby. I got it tattooed on my back. Let me think. What do I regret? I think okay. One thing off the top of my mind is probably I regret. I mean, you kind of mentioned it earlier that like I like doing good in school, but sometimes I feel like, especially in college, I focused so much on like getting the grade that I missed out on like learning opportunities to like really apply the things that I learn. Yeah, like just going just looking past the number and valuing learning more for what it really is. I kind of wish that I did that more, and I wish that I kind of stepped out of my comfort zone more in college when it came to like meeting people and really going for those opportunities. Yeah.
Mhm. Would you say, like, you mentioned this a couple times now, so this is why I'm going to kind of bring it. You find that you really put your self-worth a lot on what numbers on a paper say, and why do you think that is? That is why.
I think so. Yeah, I feel like that's just how I've been growing up. Maybe it came from like I don't know, being in an Asian household. Grades are pretty important. So growing up, I remember like I would always aim for a 95 or higher if it was like over 100, and then getting a 95 or higher was like the best feeling ever. I remember it so clearly, and getting anything below that it was okay, but like it was the 95s and above that really pushed me. So yeah, I don't know. I think it felt very satisfying to have a number to like measure how good I was doing or not. Even though like looking back now, it definitely was not maybe not the healthiest, but yeah, I mean, I can't deny that it made me feel good. And it still does feel good like when you hit those numbers like in grades or even when it comes to streaming, you know.
Hmm. For sure, for sure. I mean, hey, I was thinking about this when you said 95. I was like, I don't think I've ever hit 95 on a test before. So I was like, I mean, hey, I'm sure that would be a pretty cool feeling for me too. I'd be like, oh my goodness, really? Wow, I do that? Wow, crazy. Welcome in, Stephen. Good to see you. How's it going? What else we got here? We have actually, since you talked about this, you talked about a little bit about your kind of growing up in that Asian household, and obviously it's something we've heard about on this show before is kind of the pressure from parents and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I mean, if you want to talk about that, we can talk about that. But I think is where I'm kind of going for with this is, are you close to your parents and why?
I am close to my parents. Yeah, I mean, yes, they did kind of pressure us when it came to grades, but never to an extent that it was like unhealthy or I would like beat myself down about it or that like I felt the need to lie to my parents about any of those stuff. Like if I failed anything, I mean, I would feel bad. I'd cry a little bit, but then they're very loving parents. I grew up in a very loving household. Thankfully, I mean, I'm lucky to say that. Um, but yeah, I am close with my parents.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's good. I think, I mean, it's important. It's definitely good to have those kind of people in your corner and to be able to
Mhm.
help you and stuff like that, and be able to be open with them in certain cases and stuff like that. And um, I'm glad that there wasn't the overall pressure of being 100% on just that. Like there was also the okayness of
Yeah.
actually of that you're a person and then you have flaws, because who doesn't, right? Um,
Mhm.
so that definitely, I guess you'd say that comes kind of from something that you kind of built yourself, if that's kind of fair to say, I guess. Um, what's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Okay. Probably this one I heard from a podcast that I listened to. It's Well, That's Good by Sadie Robertson. Um and I remember one of the guests said that when you start when you're guided by purpose, you stop basing your worth on what other people think about you. And yeah, that's like guided me so much. For example, when it comes to streaming, um there were times when I feel like, oh, I'm not hitting these numbers. Everyone must think that I'm a failure. Especially like for example, before I hit partner, I would feel like I knew that everyone was rooting for me to hit partner, but then there would be some streams where I was like, the numbers would be really low, and I would feel like I'm disappointing everyone, or everyone must think of me as like a failure or something. But then remembering that piece of advice is like, what really is my purpose when it comes to streaming anyway? It's not to be famous. Well, it would be nice. It's not to have like the highest numbers or anything, but yeah, I just had to remind myself that I'm doing this to have fun and to make people happy. Yeah, and I don't have to have 75 viewers. I don't have to have a partner to be able to do that. So yeah, and the same thing helped me when it came to school. Like yeah, what is my purpose when it comes to studying? Well, my course is development communication. So it's basically like communication studies aimed towards social development. So in the future, I hope to do something in like a NGO, like United Nations. I would love to work for the United Nations. But yeah, I just had to remind myself, like, maybe I failed a test, but in the grand scheme of things, that doesn't really put me off from what my purpose is. So yeah.
It's important. Like I think that's really important to know that kind of worth, and know that worth in yourself. I think is the most important
Mhm.
thing, and do what makes you, remembering why you started things, for instance.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that I've realized about this, and one thing that's never changed since I've done this, and I think this is why I love connections so much, is I call it my baby a lot of the times. This show is because it's something I'm first off very passionate about, and I've stuck with the main thing from the beginning. This show is meant to be a way for me to meet new friends. It's, as you know, the pandemic, it changed the world like crazy. People weren't hanging out with each other, and I wasn't seeing friends unless I played video games. And at that point, I think just because of the pandemic being where it was at, after I think it was about a 1 year after the pandemic kind of really took off, at least in North America, um, a lot of people stopped seeing each other, and that was like a 1 year after, and so you kind of get that leg of where a lot of games stopped coming out because they weren't in that production process where they could come out at that point. Um, and so that's why I started streaming. I was like, okay, I think this is kind of the idea of this. I want to make some new friends, but I mean, unless I'm playing games that I at that time wasn't really having fun with, I think it's time for me to move on and type of thing. And so it's it was something that I I've stuck with it since the beginning. Is I'm here to make a new friend, whether it's you, Bea, or whether it's someone in the chat that I get to meet. Um, and that's the thing is I've met so many new friends. Like one that I will say that's here today is Pugs. Like is something that has been here for almost every single stream since we've met the lovely Pugs, and it's something that's just so like crazy to me is like that you can actually make friends from just doing something. Like it's so like I mean I don't know. I never thought of streaming as kind of like this. I was kind of thought it was going to be kind of almost like a YouTube sort of situation where you like you don't
Mhm.
get to kind of like connect that. I mean, I guess you could connect with people like that, but you don't get to connect as actively as you do streaming.
Yeah.
And I think I had the wrong notions when it came to Twitch, and I'm pleasantly surprised to put it nicely.
Same.
And I think that's a great quote. I really like that quote that you got from you said, "Well, that's good" is the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to definitely check it out. But the no, that's some great advice. Is you your worth should be based on what you makes you happy, not what makes someone else's happy. And I think that's really important. I can definitely agree with that as well. So you've told us about a couple things that's happened in your life, but I'm interested to see what life-changing event specifically. I want you to pick one. What life-changing event have you experienced?
Hmm.
It can be something. It can
Okay.
also be something you haven't told us yet either, too.
Um, let me think.
All right, take your time. It's all
Well,
good.
okay. I guess I know I said I wasn't gonna talk about it, but I don't really mind, honestly.
Okay.
Probably just like cutting out some people in my life. Pretty recently actually, like at the start of the pandemic, I had to like cut someone out of my life who was like very important to me and like played a really big role in the person that I am today still. Um but yeah, I think doing that really helped me grow as a person. Um yeah, because before that, I mean, I still have like trouble with confronting people, but in that moment, I really had to like put myself first and decide to, have them not in my life anymore. And yeah, after that, I think the relief that I felt after that was like, it really felt like a physical burden was like lifted off me. Um, yeah, and being able to do that also like helped me focus on other relationships, like with my friends and people that I consider mentors. Um, yeah, it really helped me prioritize everything else in life. Yeah.
I
And that
don't
was
want,
like really recent too. I feel like after that I was like a different person. I don't know.
and that's good, and I think it's a lot of positive. Um, I have, I guess you said in front of my notes, I have don't talk about this thing, so I'm gonna tread as lightly as possible, and I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. If you want to stop, we
I
can
couldn't
stop and
think
we
of
can go.
anything else.
That hey, that's okay. That is all right. If what's called, if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it. If you don't, that's okay too. But one thing it's funny, you said you feel like you were that burden was lifted. It's funny when you started talking about this, your shoulders dropped. Like your shoulders like visibly
Oh.
dropped. Like you seemed a lot more calmer. Like you seemed like, oh my God, I got to say it. But I think it's important. It's important to have tough conversations, and they're not always fun. I'm not going to say they are, but I think it's important to talk about other conversations because other people are going through it. And your cut it out reminded me totally of one of our friends, one of my very close friends that's been on this show before and been on Who Are You? And actually, funny enough, coming up on Who Are You next week is Haley. So Haleyan on Twitch is become a close friend of mine. We met on Connections back in September, I think September. That sounds about right. And her life changing was similar to yours in a sense. Unfortunately, Haley, and I'm gonna describe this as best as possible. There's actually a video clip which I think probably played at the break that talked about this a little bit, because it was like the most meaningful moment in that for me. One of the most meaningful kind of things that she was so vulnerable about was how she was in a relationship that was very emotionally abusive, and she couldn't see it because she was losing times with friends, she was losing time with family, and that person was like basically taking her away from everyone. And um it's funny, she said the best thing that it was in the break and it did make me cry. Sorry, Pugs. And basically said like the biggest thing, and also I just realized Mango said something similar too, is if they're not benefiting your life, they're not kind of letting you live your own happiness, cut them out. They're not worth your time, not a single second of your time. I think that's so important to remind yourself of that is if that person's not providing that happiness to you, and yes, it's going to sound selfish. It's going to, but chat, look me in the eyes. You're fucking worth it.
Yeah.
You're right, and that's the thing. And I can say something similar. Is it's not going to be easy off the start. It's not. But you look back, and you'll be like, damn, that was very worth it in that sense. And I'm glad I did that type of thing. And no, I'm not. I'm. Yeah, it's definitely not easy. And going through a breakup
Mhm.
this past year, I can say something similar. And I'm not going to sit here and say it was bad, all bad and stuff like that, because it really wasn't. I had 5 great years with that person, but our happiness was stunting each other's, and that wasn't okay. And so sadly, in January, we decided to break things off, go our own separate ways, and I can't speak for her, but I personally am a lot happier. I'm getting to meet who I am, which is like really cool to me, and I haven't been able to do that for a long time. And 5 years is a long time. I was your age, younger than you when I got in a
Whoa.
relationship. Yeah, exactly. Now, see how old I am now. That's the old. And that's the thing is it's just it's something that's been so different for me is getting to realize that like I morphed a little bit into a person that I wasn't 100%. There's a lot of parts of me that was, but there's some parts of me that I definitely did change, and that was my own doing, not anything to do with her. Is that I chose to kind of switch my personality to accommodate that person, and on my own accord, like I said. But it eventually stunted my happiness, and I paid for that in the past couple of years, and then now is kind of like learning it, and I mean, I get the fun part now of getting to meet who I am, which is really cool, and my happiness, and so, um, I think it's important, and I can definitely relate to where your story is coming from and stuff like that, and like you said, you're getting to hang out with friends, totally relate. Like it's something that I've gotten to
Mhm.
connect with friends that I haven't talked to in years, because first off, I have more time, and also too, there's some people that weren't liked by by my partner, and that was something that's hard for me. Um, but now it's something that I get to hang out with whoever I want, and that's awesome. So yeah, no, it's something I can do it there. I would say is would you have done anything differently, Bea, if you found yourself in a situation like that again?
Yeah. I think I would have. I mean, I feel like I was stuck in that place for so long just because I didn't want to take action of like my own happiness. But so yeah, I think if I were ever to find myself in that situation again, I would want to just kind of like rip off the band-aid as soon as possible. Because if I did back then, I would have spared myself from like so many feelings of like hurt and disappointment, and I would have been able to focus on myself even earlier. So yeah.
For sure. I can definitely agree with that statement. Is it's funny, there was kind of thing that kind of gave me the reminder for all this. Um, I don't know if you know what's actually funny, and I realize this. For those of you that were on my birthday stream on the December 28th, my mom gave me a book. It was a manifestations book because as most will know, I'm big on manifesting things, and kind of manifesting things in life. And I think it's been something that I learned a little bit about recently. Not enough to teach anyone, so but aside from manifesting positivity for people, just like our friend Nate Dog, who, by the way, thank you so much, Nate, for your kind words. I read that too. Um, is um, the there was this passage in the book from my mom, and it was a bunch of passages. It was like there's like over 100, but I for some reason opened this one page, and it talked about this person who had a child at a very young age. They the person that they had the child with left almost immediately, and then they're raising this child by themselves, and then they got in a relationship with someone, and this is where I started to relate. Is they basically said is that person was great, but the one thing that I would say that was probably the best thing about them is that it was consistent or something like that, or it was comfortable, was like the saying or something like that. And basically said that like that being the top thing or attribute about someone that you would say about your partner, like your loved one, is probably not the best top thing to say about them. Is that comfortability about them, like that sort of thing. Like there should be something a
Yeah.
little bit more outside of that. And that's where it clicked with me, is like there was nothing quote unquote wrong. There was no cheating, there was no trust issues, there was no fighting even. It was very, very like respectful and from what I thought at that point, loving, looking back, it was just sitting in kind of a loop, which I don't know, I think it's something that, and it wasn't helping happiness by any means. Both of us were getting to the point where we were very like, even I found myself having a very short temper on a lot of things, which is not like me at all. I'm very, very patient typically. It was the first time I ever seen myself have a bit of a temper. And so I think that it was building on both of us for a while. And so yeah, so I think is if it's just because if the best thing you can say about someone is that they're consistent in like a partner in life, if you want to call it that, maybe not the best thing for it, or look for something deeper. I mean, and go to those things and stuff like that. And so it's, yeah, no, I definitely, I mean, that was a hard learned lesson for sure, but something that I think was an important lesson to learn. And see some similarities in our stories there, Bea. Hello, Henry, welcome in. Good to see you, bud. I'm gonna flip this question that I asked you earlier.
Okay.
I asked you about what you regret doing in life. I'm gonna flip it on you. If you died tonight, what would you regret not doing?
Ooh. I think I would regret not reaching out to my friends more. Some of my friends, at least. Yeah, I think I would regret um kind of holding myself back when it comes to opening up to people. Yeah, maybe forming those deeper relationships, having those like deeper conversations that sometimes I'm afraid to have. Like right now, I think that's why I was like nervous because of for this podcast, because I don't know, I don't really talk about my feelings a lot.
Important though.
But yeah,
It's
yeah, it
important.
is. It is. And I think that's something that also like with what I was talking about a while ago, like cutting off that person. I think that's something that really taught me the value in that, like being able to open up to people, because I think it's also important for like your own well-being. It's like it's not healthy to just have it all bottled up, which I felt like had it bottled up for a while, which is why it was like really like a relief after that. um but yeah, I think it's still something that I'm learning to do, and if I were to die tonight, I'd probably regret that I wasn't able to um work on it sooner, or like be better. Yeah.
No, I think it's never too late to start, first off.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing that I would say is, since being able to do this, like I said, I've done this for just over a year now, which proud of myself. What's it called? Is the one thing I've learned in this journey is talking about it is so important. And I realized for a long while that I was telling so many other people that it's important to talk about it. But then when it came to myself, I was talking about it to my friends, but my friends aren't professionals. Unfortunately for me. What's it called? And so in January of this year, I took my first thing of therapy. And I've now gone to therapy, I think 5 or 6 times now. And the only thing I can say about therapy is that I don't know why I didn't do it sooner. Because it removes that kind of judging piece that like
Mm-hmm.
you could get from people that maybe have alternate motives when you tell them a story about something. And I think that's something that's been so important and helpful for me to control a lot of things, is to talk through a lot of things and like you said, feelings. Like for me, I've had a tremendous issue with the feeling of sad and like and understanding like and being okay with being sad, because I often don't feel sad, and when I do, I
Mhm.
push it away as soon as possible. And it was a good practice when I broke up with my girlfriend at the time to understand what that meant. But it's something that at least I got to learn from it, and it came at the perfect time because I'd done like my first couple things of therapy, and then everything had happened, and kind of the relationship had broke off, and my therapist, like right before that, the first thing, not knowing anything about that, the relationship was coming to an end, said to me, "Your homework for this week is that I really want you to focus on being okay with those emotions, like sadness, happiness, and enjoying those moments, um, and feeling those emotions." And damn, did I feel them that week. But it was one of those things that like I felt both sides though because I let feel the sadness at an appropriate amount. I was able to feel the happiness of the friends that surrounded me and the friends that were there for me when everything came crumbling down. Um, and I'm so fortunate for those friends that were there because of at those hard times. Um, and yeah, I think it's important to talk about feelings, and I agree. And hey, Bea, I'm always here to listen. What's it called? I will sit quietly in the Discord call
Me
and go, of course, yes. And what's it called that, or if you want opinions or advice, I'm there as well too to help. And I mean, I'm not a professional by any means, but I'm a friend. And that's what I think, or at least the friends that I keep around me. That's what friends are for, is to be there for each other in situations like that. So just to listen and if asked advice too, or stuff like that. Let's switch it up a little bit.
Great.
Let's see here. This past year, you've put a lot of time into streaming, into your university. What has been the hardest thing you've had to overcome this past year?
Mm, this past year, as in like 2022.
Sure, we could do there. You could do March to March, whichever you choose. Oh. I meant like I don't know, like I'm thinking like from March to March, or you could also do from 2021. It's totally up to you.
Okay. Um, I think coming into streaming, um, I say this a lot. It's kind of like when I started streaming, it felt like a new chapter in my life. Like everyone was new because obviously I couldn't see like my old friends anymore because of the pandemic. Um, I was streaming, I was gaming, I was doing online school, so everything felt so different. It was like a completely different chapter in my life. But of course, let's just say there's like with a new chapter, there's like a new villain, you know? So I think the hardest thing that I went through so far would be like dealing with toxic people that came into my life through streaming. Um, yeah, I feel like before that, I never really I don't like having conflict with people. I don't like fighting people. But yeah, there are definitely some people that like I met that just brought so much toxicity into my life and into my thoughts, and it was not healthy. And I feel like I struggled with those relationships for a while. Um and the same thing, like it took a while for me to be able to tell myself that like it wasn't healthy and to get myself out of that situation. But at the same time, like what I experienced before was it helped me when it came to that, when it came to like the new chapter in my life. um but yeah, it was definitely like a dark time in my life. It like I felt so insecure and I kept feeling attacked every time I would go live. I would feel like anxious and scared that these people would like just be in chat. Honestly, like it was just not, a not nice feeling. So yeah, but then overcoming that also, like the same thing, it helped me realize that even though there are those people, there's so many more people that like are here to actually support me, and people that I can actually talk to and have genuine friendships and relationships with. Um yeah, and thankfully now like I'm not struggling with that anymore. Of course there's still people that come in that are like um toxic and not really the best people to be around. But I think now I'm able to realize that, and I'm able to say, you know, it's okay. You don't have to be friends with everyone. You know, it's yeah, it's okay to not like people, basically.
Yeah, no, and I think it's like I said earlier, I see a lot of similarities between the two of us in a sense. Is I think we want to be that open space for everyone. But I think is putting down that fence of like too much is important as well. And
Yeah.
I've seen that has been an issue for even friends of mine that stream, that they don't they let people have a little bit too much than they should allow, in my opinion. And I think like with mine is there's a certain point, like if you're the biggest thing for me is if you come in the stream and you're being rude to the guests that we have on, big no. You can see the door sort of thing. Like those are my friends, and those are people that I trust to be on here, and and to have on here, and you have no right to come in my chat and say anything negative about those people. And so I think the biggest thing is being able to kind of, like you said, being able to not being okay with not being friends with every single person that comes in the stream is definitely something that's huge. And because like you said, you give out too much to those people, then really they're worth, in a sense, like then they're worth for what they're providing to you. Because I mean, friendships should be both ways. You know what I mean? Like it's not should be just one way or another. However, I'm interested. You said this a couple times, and I'm interested kind of to kind of go deeper into this. You talked a lot about confronting. You said you have a lot of issues with confronting people. Where do you think that comes from? Like, what is that?
Definitely, I know where it comes. I mean, I've thought about this before. Of course, I'm like, I wonder why I'm like this, and I think it's because growing up, I think we don't really talk about emotions a lot in my family, and I love my parents. Like, I'm still close to them, and we have like a great relationship. But yeah, when it comes to those deeper things, like talking about your feelings, your emotions, yeah, we tend to stray away from those conversations, or like it's not that normal in my household. We talk about it sometimes, but even then, like it's clear that we're not all that comfortable with talking about it. So yeah, I think just not being able to really talk about it within the household made it more difficult for me to not be able to talk about it with like my friends or like people that I need to confront. Yeah.
Do you think your family would be like? Do you think you'd be comfortable to bring it up to your family that you wish like you were more able to talk to? All right, Jeff.
Every time I say that words, they make fun of me because I say comfortable. Okay, sorry. Comfortable.
You're walking a thin line, Jen. No. Oh, what's it called? What's it say? I was gonna say this time. Well, thank you, Ranu. You're welcome in the household. Okay. Jeff, you're eating outside. We'll still feed you, but you're eating outside, and it's raining. Let's say the, but no, as I think is do you think you'd be comfortable with what's it called, with bringing up your like that to your family, and having those conversations with your family, like saying that like you would wish you could have kind of like more deeper conversations and emotional thing? Because I think it is important to, in my opinion, it is important to have those very difficult conversations with your family.
Yeah.
It's something that I think is made me closer with both my parents in a sense, and I'm saying it with as kind of an at-risk of, it's not easy to begin with. It's not an easy conversation to have at the beginning, but from what I've heard, your parents are super supportive and super awesome. And I think
They are.
parents that have that mindset of like, we're going to do whatever to make our kid feel the best and help support our kid the best, are going to at least try their best. And I mean, they're going to mess up. We're all learning here. Like you said, there's always room to grow. Like you said earlier in the stream, I think but do you think you'd be comfortable bringing up to your parents in any sense?
I think it would definitely be hard. Like, it's probably taken me a while to build up to that. Not because like I'm scared of how they'll react or anything, because I know my parents are very supportive and they're very loving. But more of just like it kind of just feels like an internal battle, like being able to like get the words out of your throat, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I get it.
So I think. Mhm.
I'm gonna say write it down, but maybe to start to see. Yeah, like I don't know.
I do. Yeah, I mean, writing, honestly, for me, it's so much easier to like open up through writing. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's definitely the Tumblr beginnings that.
Yeah, maybe.
What was I gonna say? But yeah, no, I think that's important. Like some way of getting it out, I think, is important. I'm big on saying things before it's too late. I think is very important. And I think having those deeper connections with friends, with family, whatever it may be, is very important. And you talked about like how you said you really like wish you had, like you said, if you died tonight, you wish there was something. The biggest regret you'd have is that you didn't talk to those friends about those deeper conversations sooner. And that's, I mean, definitely would be one of mine in the sense too, of like, I don't want to feel like that I've ever held back on something. As I'm sure you've seen, I'm very open about my life on this stream, which probably shouldn't do as much as I am, but I would say as far as like I said though, this is my friends. These are my friend groups. Say hi to my friends in chat. Like, you know, like those are the people that I fuck with, like, type of thing. And that's the thing is like that's why I'm so open. Is I realize that I think if I can be just totally open book, is that will, thank you, Pugs. Thank you, Ranu. And welcome, Janelle. By the way, can everyone say hi to Janelle? Did I say that right? If I said that wrong.
Hi, Janelle.
What's it called? Is if I can say it and speak about it and open my mind, and even though it's a little bit uncomfortable to me on stream, someone else is probably going to do it with one of their friends, and that opens up the conversation. That's really important. And destigmatized is something that's very stupidly, in my opinion, stigmatized in society, of that we don't talk about feelings, we don't talk about things. And I think it's just I think it's a very old kind of way of thinking of if we don't talk about our feelings, they didn't actually exist, type of thing, or suck it up because we don't talk about Bruno. Exactly, Pugs. Yeah, I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head now. But yeah, and that's the thing is I think if we continue that way, mental health, like, deaths will go up higher and higher. And that's the thing is like it's sad. And I think it's something that be important. We are going to be the generation of change, so why not start with us where we can have those conversations? And so I would say is talking about it, definitely, whether it's with friends, family, random people on the internet. Find some sort of outlet to talk to people, because I think it's important. It's really important, and it helps. Like I said, I watched your shoulders literally drop on screen as you said that, like that the conversation that you, like, I could tell you were holding it back, and you're like, the posture's all like tough, and then as soon as you said it, you're like the thing. And ever since even then, you like look so much more relaxed now, like and that's like something like, I don't know. Obviously, we want people to be relaxed. We want people to be vulnerable on this show and be open. But obviously, that comes at the terms of the guest, not really me. And there's only so much I can do to provide that. I'm glad you found that. I'm glad you found this vulnerable side of you, Bea, because it's a side of you that I'm hoping for. And getting to know that person. Because I mean, hey, I think most of us have gone into your stream and seen the streamer Bea, but we want to know the real Bea. That's why Ran, you woke up so early in the morning. I don't know if you're actually from PH, but if you are, why Dodge this woke up so early in the morning to come into the stream to be like, hey, I'm gonna watch Bea at whatever 8 in the morning, I think it was, when the stream started. There's a reason why these people woke up. It wasn't just to see another amazing beyacant stream. It's 3 a.m. Oh my goodness, this is why Ran, you stay up.
I was gonna say, I bet Dodge actually hasn't slept yet.
Oh my goodness, Dodge, you're nuts, but I love you. Came here for Bren. Ran, you stop. I mean, I hope you'll come back for Bren, but today it's okay. We all understand. We're all here for the same reason. We're here for Bea. What else we got here? If you could ask a single person one question and they had to answer truthfully, who would you ask and what would you ask? And they can be dead or alive.
What a hard question. Anyone, any question.
Yes.
This is so difficult.
That's all right. Take your time. You don't have to rush it. It's all good. While Bea's thinking of her answer, I need you guys to do something for me. I need you to type these. Yeah, well, actually, I will type it for you. But I need you to click the link that I put in there. ! Guest beyacant. If you haven't followed already, what are you doing? Go follow. Do it. Okay.
You don't need to.
You do. You actually do. I know. What's called? I know. Wolf, I was going to say the same thing. We actually have a meme around here. I don't know if you were listening to the intro when we started it.
I did.
That's a great question. It's become kind of a meme here. I've even had past guests send me videos of them saying it because they want to be in the intro. It's hilarious. But yeah, no, that's a great question, or that's a good question has become kind of a meme around here. So yeah.
That's
Who?
a good question.
There you go.
Um,
Clip it.
I think I would ask my grandma, who passed away many years ago, like I think like 5 or 6 years ago. I'd probably ask her, man, just one question. I would want to have like a whole conversation with her about like her childhood and her growing up, because I was pretty young back then and we didn't really get to talk about any of those things. But like whenever my older cousins or like my dad and his siblings talk about her, I know that she was like a great mom, and I would love to talk to her about that, like about basically her whole life. Is that cheating? That's not one question. Can my question be, can you tell me about your life?
Hey, I mean, I technically already asked you that, but that's all right. No, it's good. But no, that's okay. That's all right. You can ask that. And my answer to that question is the exact same as yours. So I get that, like very similar to yours, is my grandfather who passed away. And by the way, sorry for the loss of your grandmother. I know that's not easy. Losing a grandparent is not easy by any means. Losing anyone really close to you, not easy. But I think as far as grandparents, that's probably like most kids' first best friend. You mean like, and that's what kind of that grandparent role plays essentially, is that kind of like that loving person in your life that's not your parents, that gets to usually be the one who spoils the shit out of you.
Yeah.
But what's it called? But it's hard because that was kind of what my thing was with my my grandfather. Was he was the one who spoiled me. We'd play Lego, we would throw paper airplanes off the back of his porch, he'd teach me photography, and it sucks when someone's taken a little too soon for you and from you. And no, I think I can definitely relate to that a lot. And I when someone flipped this question on me once, and I basically said to someone, I was like, yeah, like I think that would be definitely mine, um would be my grandfather. And I said, I don't know if I'd be able to go down to one question. I think it would have to be I'd want that full conversation. I'd want stuff like that. And something like that. I'm sorry, Drag. Love you. And it's okay to cry, Drag. It's all good. And so yeah. And then I don't know. A lot of people like seeing this. This is for my grandfather, because the paper airplane that I got a
Oh, that's
tattoo.
so nice.
Thank you. Thank you. Some grandparents are great, Rengra, not all. I mean, that's true. That's true. That's true. I mean, yes. I got lucky though.
Same.
Definitely, there's definitely two grandparents in my life that were that or well, actually I'll go three even, that were amazing in my life, and I'm so fortunate for, um, and played a big role. Two specifically, in my life, that played a big role in my life. And yes, and unfortunately, as my mom put, and I've shared on stream a little bit, is my grandfather from my mom's side is unfortunately battling cancer, and has unfortunately very very um low chances of pulling through this, unfortunately, but still fighting, and definitely a great dude, pulling hard to keep things together for the family and other things too. And so yeah, thank you, Randy, I appreciate that. Yeah. Bea, what this is usually one where I get my yeah, that's a great question. What gives your life meaning?
That's a great question. um, what gives my life meaning?
Mm-hmm. I love how you just totally ignored it. You were making sure you had to say that. Appreciate you for that one.
Definitely the people around me, like the impact that I have on other people's lives. Yeah, Yeah, I mean, I think just the relationships that I have right now. Drop one name.
Yeah.
Okay, for example, my family, like my brothers, my mom, my dad. Um, yeah, being able to like do everything, like for example, school. I mean, I don't really care if I like graduate with the highest honors. I just want to make my family proud because I know how much my parents have like sacrificed for me to be able to like provide for me and my brothers. And yeah, I think just having those relationships is what makes everything so meaningful. Like all my achievements, like for example, the partner thing. The main reason why that was so meaningful to me is because of the community that I had building up to that, you know? So yeah.
Mhm, for sure. And that's so cool because like you said, and I think it's a different way of thinking of it. It wasn't a celebration for just you. It was a celebration for everyone that was in your
Mhm.
community, and that I think that's something that's so interesting that I don't think a lot of streamers think of it that way. I think a lot of people think of like, oh, that's just an achievement for myself. That I got to that point, and it's almost hard because you don't want to sell. You're almost taught not to celebrate your huge winnings and stuff like that. And so, which brings me to my next question: what is something that you're proud of about yourself? You mentioned that you're proud of, or you want to make your family proud, but what is something that you're proud of about yourself?
About myself.
Hmm.
Um, I think I'm proud that I'm like a good person. I mean, okay, they're gonna say that I bully them, but like honestly, I've met people who are just like who don't have kind intentions. But I think I'm proud that like um I always try to see the best in people, even sometimes it's to a fault that I do that. But otherwise, I think yeah, I think it's a good trait to have, and I think it's something that I'm proud of as well. Of course, it's something that, like you know, like I mentioned earlier, sometimes you have to be able to um, sort of realize when you're a little bit too optimistic about someone. But yeah, it's something that I'm learning as well along the way. But yeah, I think it's that personality trait of mine that's allowed me to build really great relationships and friendships with people, despite maybe they don't have the best reputation or maybe I've heard some bad things about them. But yeah, it's always the benefit of the doubt that I like to give to people.
I think the world needs more things like that for sure. Like I think it's important to lead with good intentions and not lead with, oh, this person's bad right off the start. I think that's very important. Um, I think unfortunately it's very easy to do that.
Mhm.
Um, but I think it's you'll meet so much more amazing people because you open yourself up to meeting new people and hearing different perspectives and things like that. And it's definitely something that's very meaningful. By the way, Nate, thank you so much for the tier one. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. I'm glad you made me work for your things. You just didn't just give up that subscription or the follow. So I thank you. If you're an Aussie, well, my friend, you're a best bud. Yes, sir. If you're what's it called, if you're an Aussie, trust me. It's kind of a meme here now that how many Aussies I have on this stream. So I think you'll be right. You'll be feeling right at home here, Nate. 100%. Um, actually, since I see a lot of new faces in here, he's most Aussie. Wait, Nate, have you ever met my friend? Name is Waitski. Waitski. That's an Australian right there. You guys would be friends. Um, I have another thing too. Just for those of you that are new here, haven't been here, I'd love a pronoun check in chat if you guys are willing to. Just so I get to know who all of you are, and just kind of I don't know, click with you guys a little bit more if you are willing to. Um, you talked a little bit about today about um crying and like how you've kind of feel with kind of like crying and stuff like that. You've cried about being in your swim classes, you've cried about not getting certain grades and things like that. I'm wondering if you can remember the last time you cried and what the reason was.
Oh, God. I cry a lot. Okay, first of all, let me just say I do cry a lot. Every
It's
time I
okay.
talk about my feelings, I usually cry. I'm not
It's
gonna cry
okay.
now because I don't, it's too
You're allowed.
early to cry.
You're allowed to. It's
I know. There's no shame in crying. I cry literally all the time. Honestly, last time I cried was probably like a few days ago. Cause well, I just yeah, a lot of things on my mind. Yeah, sometimes I just overthink my relationships with people. Yes, I'm a crybaby. I am. I really am. But yeah, I think sometimes I just overthink my relationships with some people. Like, I overthink if people actually like me and stuff. So yeah, it's probably the last thing I cried about. If I cried about it before I went to sleep. But yeah,
Aw.
you know, I think it's just normal to have those thoughts sometimes. And it just so happens that I like to cry about it. It's kind of therapeutic also to just like cry. Yeah.
It definitely can be. I can definitely agree with that. And hey, exactly as Allison said. Welcome in, Allison. By the way, is we all love Bea. It's fine. What's going and I think it is definitely hard to consider that when you're in this kind of role as a creator, as someone who is it's easy to kind of consider yourself as feeling like everyone who approaches you, especially as with a check mark beside your name now, is looking for something from you. And that's hard. That's really difficult to do it. And I will say the real ones are just going to look past that. They don't care if you have a check mark or not. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. And that's why I picked your mind too about like the partner side of things is if you would change anything. Cause I'm not fully decided when I get to that point of partner, if I'm going to actually apply or if I'm just going to leave it blank and just kind of have fun with it and celebrate that I hit that mark, but not actually like apply for it. We'll see. I don't know. It depends on when I get there and what everything looks like and what the environment on Twitch is like and even on YouTube too at that point to see if maybe there's a move that I might make there type of thing. But that'll happen when I feel like that move is appropriate. But I think as far as kind of like the worth of other people and stuff like that, and I think I can tell you are so you, and I think that's why a lot of people click with you. And I know obviously there's things you have to keep off of stream. But I think as far as like things that you talk about on stream, it seems like you're talking to your friends, and through a pandemic world, it feels very lonely a lot of times. And I think you're doing you're helping a lot of people, Bea, because of your willingness to be so open and willing to like let people in, even though sometimes you gotta people to fuck off sometimes. But I think it's also you do a really good job of making people feel like welcome and a part of it. And I've seen so many new names in here of people that I've never met before, and I'm so excited to hopefully meet them here. Like Say or Allison, who just joined in, and of course Nate and Ranu and Drag, who are all new friends as of today that we've made. And I would say Dodge, but we've seen Dodge a couple times around here. We know Dodge. We're acquainted at this point. But let's go. We still love Dodge either way. But I think it's you're doing something for those people, and there's reasons why people come around.
Same with you.
Thanks. I try, but I think I also understand though too on that side of it is where the imposter syndrome definitely hits. It hits diff doing this role of a creator is who's actually in it for the person and who's in it for wanting something or the streamer. And it's hard because obviously is the mindset of me is I never thought of it that way going into this. It was always just kind of like I want to be a part of the I just want to have fun with people and make new friends, but unfortunately not everyone in this world has the same intentions. People just want a quick easy ticket to the top type of thing. And I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, chat, if that's your idea, it's not going to work. The real ones are the one who make it. The ones who are faking shit, they don't make it. And if they do, they fall hard when they do. And those are the ones that get canceled fast. Is because people see through it. Like people are smart. People have been on the internet for a long time now. and it's definitely it's something that you got to be real on this kind of platform, and I think you do it very well, Bea, and I can see why people migrate to you very easily, and why I had so many friends telling me I needed to meet beyacant on Connections. It was incredible, and going from not hearing your name into then meeting B, and then hearing everyone, Henry, like Dodge and B and J, and everyone be like, Bea, you need to, and then Sunny, and I'm like, oh my goodness, okay, like everyone knows Bea. We have this joke with another streamer. I don't know if you ever heard of the lovely person named Boaru. She's coming on our episode.
Yeah.
So Boa is lovely. First off, if you haven't ever worked with Boa, you both play Valorant, so I think it's time you guys meet each other. Just saying. But I would say is I think you guys would hit it off quite well just based off of the kind of things I've seen. But where was I going with this? I was going with something with this. Aside from you guys just being super awesome humans.
You have an inside joke?
Me?
You and Boa?
Oh, so that's similar. No, not quite. Not kind of with Boa now. I guess she knows about it now. But we had this inside thing in our. We do have a lot of mutuals, Nate, 100%. And so we have this joke in our community, basically, or at least on my mod team, is that every like there's like the 6 degrees of separation between someone. So if like between 6 people, like someone will know someone of like a mutual. Well, we have a kind of thing that Boa has that, but with every 3 people, with every 3rd person, they know Boa. And I feel like I'm gonna get the same thing happening with you now because of how many people that I'm seeing. Like Nate, for instance. Nate, I've never seen Nate in your stream before, but obviously as Nate has come from there, and yeah, well, I mean, yes, it's. I've keep in mind the time that I've been able to actually spend in your stream is very small, unfortunately, because of the time zone difference, the time zone diff that we have here, and so but like I said, I think we're gonna have a lot of mutuals, Nate, and I'd love to talk to you after stream on Discord or to at least message on Discord to see who we do have in mutuals, because I think yes, Boa's one of them, a great friend of ours who will be on the show again on our new show in March 29th. And so it's there's a bunch of I think we're gonna get the same thing with you, Bea, as we got with Bo, where I'm gonna start meeting a lot of people because I know Bea. Oh no, I know Bea because of how, and I think it really is because of how sweet you both are, and how like welcoming you are to everyone. However, I did tell Boa the same thing that I'm gonna tell you, is that sometimes you really need to tell people that they're not worth the time, and or at least not give the people the time that they might think they're owed. And I think it's important to kind of put that barrier there. And speaking of people who are really good at that, there's Gorm. Hi, Gorm. What's it called? Can we get a shout out for Gorm, by the way? Congratulations on that nice little purple check mark there, Gorm, by the way. Sheesh. Thank you. Gorm, by the way, if any of you in chat are streamers and you're looking for some advice, Gorm's your guy. 100%. Gorm is a genius when it comes to setting up streams and stuff like that as well. I would highly suggest you go check out Gorm if you haven't already. A mutual friend of mine through sales, and has now became a good friend of mine as well. And another name actually that I recognize from chats that are not yours is Taxman here that I see is a first time chatter in our stream here. But a name that I recognize, if I'm correct, I think it's from Boa as well. So I think you and Boa really need to meet each other there. But yeah, I think it's just a matter of time, and I'd be happy to facilitate with you two being such nice people. And hey, you both play Valo, so I mean there's already one commonality right there.
True.
Huh?
True.
Oh, true. Yeah. I think you said who. I was like, my goodness. KD, what's up, KD? Good to see you. Welcome in. KD, do you know Bea?
Hi, Katie.
Boa's being in Bea's chat. Oh, okay. This makes some sense.
Yeah, Boa rated me one time.
Okay. This is starting to make some more sense. See, nice streamer, raids nice streamer.
To my stream.
B, you're like the glue. Hello, I do not know Bea. Well, KD, I said I have some homework for you to do. I missed that, right? That's all right, KD. But now you know that 2 of your favorite streamers are vouching for Bea. I need you to do me a favor. Follow. What's it called now? And then what's it called? And KD, because I know you're on the better time zone than I am, I need you to make sure that you go in the chat and go and introduce yourself, because KD, you're lovely. You know this. Let's go. But I think it's important for you to go to, you know what I mean, and go spread the love. You know how to do it well. However, we are getting to like kind of the end part of our show. We're about to raid out here in a little bit, but I got a couple more questions for you before I let you go. Not leaving you just yet. Let's just go with our question of the day today.
Oh.
Which is, let me just make sure I say it correctly here. Who are you closest to emotionally, and what do you appreciate about that person?
Honestly, I was gonna say like my best friends that I've had ever since, you know, the band. I was in the band with them. Because I can definitely talk to them about anything, but I feel like these days I tend to reach out more to actually the people that I've met through Twitch. Like for example, I don't know if you know Qme. I talk to Qme a lot. Arch was in chat a while ago as well. I've opened
Arch?
up to Arch a lot. Yeah, I don't know why actually. I just feel like I've met so many people on Twitch that it's so easy for me to open up to them. And for example, those people and Jay, also Jay. Yeah, it's those emotional bonds that like I did not expect to build at all through Twitch, but I have, and I'm so thankful for them. But yeah, wait, what was the question again? The second part of the question?
Right? It's who you're closest to emotionally, and what do you appreciate about that person?
Oh, okay. What I appreciate about them is that literally, like, whenever I message them, they're so down to just listen. Like, it's not always that I need advice or anything. Sometimes I just need to talk, and talking to them, I don't feel like I'm a burden at all. Like I know that they're listening, and they encourage me to open up with them. And yeah, like what I mentioned before, like it's not really easy for me to do that to everyone, but with them it's like it's really easy for me to talk and to just be vulnerable. Yeah, and of course they also give really good advice.
I mean, the one that I've spoken to probably more than any of those on that list would be, of course, Jay. Is us being the mutual and the one who really connected us together. I know I can definitely understand, and Jay does give some really good advice a lot of times, and keeps me level headed, as most of my mod team does. They keep me under wraps, which is great. Yes, big love for Jay, except for he's sleeping in today and not showing up for stream, but that's fine.
Too bad he can't hear me talk about him.
Yeah, exactly. I guarantee you Jay's watching this on YouTube though later, which is okay. And hi Jay,
Tell him
you YouTube frog.
what I said.
Yeah. What's it go? Yeah, no one tell Jay. Jay's got to go watch for himself. I want to make that very
Yeah.
clear. Jay, what's it called? Jay was actually supposed to be here. Jay was supposed to be the mod watching today, but Jay slept in. I love Jay too.
He did.
But that doesn't mean I'm not going to change the fact that I'm going to bug Jay. What's up, Tempura Boy? Welcome in here, by the way. Good to see you. Welcome in.
Hydrate.
Hydrate, yes. We gotta hydrate here. We gotta hydrate up. And thank you for taking care of us there. But yes, we do love Jay, but that doesn't mean we're not gonna mess with him a little bit. And then look who that is. Nate, have you met Waitski? Waitski. What's up, legend? Waitski, Nate Dog. I need you guys to meet each other. Nate says he's the most Aussie person I'll ever meet. And I said, have you met Waitski? Because Waitski's up there too. And I think I've found a good friendship here. I love how everyone's just coming in right now. It's great. Got some friends here. What's up, Waitski? What's up, you legend? Well, here, or he's not still getting trolled. Really though. I have not sad. Nate, Waitski. I got some friends. You guys are the show's name. The show's name. You know what I mean? That's what we're doing here.
Very Australian.
Yes, and so is Waitski, in my opinion. Waitski's like super Australian, so it's great. Yes, exactly. Join the Discord. What's it called? We can have you in the living room. I'll even join in after if you guys are jumping in the Discord into the thing. Waitski, I know you usually work around this time, so I don't know if that's gonna be possible, but I'd love to. Nate even main sky. White is Waitski main sky? No way. Nice to meet you, Waitski. You have a true blue Aussie crikey. Well, you guys have fun. If you need a room, there's a room in the residence and on Discord. And we'll see you guys soon here, I'm sure. What else we got here? But yeah. So obviously
Right.
we've talked. You're great, Bea. What's it called? We've talked a lot about kind of feelings and stuff like that. This is one of my favorite questions, because of feelings a little bit. Talked about happiness and how important it is to you. But how happy are you right now?
Right now, let's see. If I were on a scale of 1 to 10,
Okay.
maybe that's a great question. Yes. Maybe a 6.5.
Okay. Why do you say
Yeah.
six? Why do you say
Like right
6.5?
now, right this moment. Well, no, okay, right this moment, I'm a 9 because I'm talking to you, got chat. But yeah, in general, maybe like a 6.5, a little bit
Okay.
lower.
Okay. Why 6.5?
I'm just like stressed with school. Like there's a lot of my mind, especially when it comes to school. Yeah, it's just it's definitely a little draining sometimes and overwhelming also. And trying to balance everything with stream and with, because of course I still want to be like a good friend to everyone. I want to be like a good sister, daughter, all of that. But sometimes it just gets very overwhelming, especially like honestly streaming has been I was thinking about it last night actually. I was thinking about how like streaming has become kind of therapeutic to me because it's like it gives me 5 hours to just like not think about those things. Like 5 hours of just like molding in Valorant, which it doesn't seem like that great of a time, but then like after, when I start thinking about like school again or like my responsibilities, then I start to realize that like molding isn't so bad. But
Yeah,
yeah, and like just talking to chat also, it's like it's so nice to have two people to talk to.
so I got a question for you. I've recently heard the word molding used a lot.
Uh-huh.
So I'm getting this inclination that comes from you because I've seen it in chat a couple times since you've been
Do you
here.
not know what molding is?
I
Or
see
do you
I
not use that word a lot?
I searched it out. I never use that word ever. But
Oh, okay.
I've Google searched it and it says molding is a combination of mad and balding to refer to someone who
Yes.
gets mad that they start balding.
Yes.
Boomer
Exactly.
Brand, don't even start that shit. I know I'm old, okay? You don't need to fucking remind me. Too funny. Okay, so wait, is that what you mean? Is that like you're balding because of
Yes.
how it's really?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
Valorant can be fun, but most of the time I'm just modeling.
Okay. So what's it called? So you're saying is that that big head of hair there, you've lost hair while being so mad.
Well, not literally, I hope. I sure
Really?
hope not.
Really though. That's interesting. Okay, it's funny. I've never, until like this past like week or so, I've actually never heard of molding until,
Really?
until I heard
It's
it.
kind of like the same as raging.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, and I can definitely agree with that. It was like being able to actually turn your brain off, stream, have fun, have a creative outlet, talk to friends, is definitely something
Yeah.
that's super awesome. So, and Drag Pie, thank you. You're making me feel younger.
He's lying.
Oh fuck. Are you really Drag Pie? Because if so, that's rude. Oh my goodness. Wait, Drag Pie, older or younger? I don't need to know the exact age if you don't want to share, but older or younger at least.
I could out him right now, but I won't.
I did just break my heart. Exactly. I know.
I'm sorry.
Rip my heart in two pieces. This is our last regret. All right, so rude, younger, fucking rough. All right, let's see here. What we got here? Actually, this is a question we haven't asked in a while. I want to throw it out there. I think you are quite creative, and I think you might come up with something that's interesting. If you were the head of Twitch, You got promoted from partner to head of it now.
Okay,
um,
that's great.
what is one and only one feature that you would add to Twitch ecosystem that would benefit them both financially and socially?
Oh man. I mean, I think the biggest problem with Twitch is like the discoverability. It's so hard to get discovered, especially if you're starting out with like one viewer, right? You,
Mhm.
you, you don't really know how to get from one viewer to like 10 to 20. What feature could I add to fix that? Maybe to change the algorithm. That's not really a feature though. I'm not creative.
No.
Why are you asking this?
That's not true. That's not. You're definitely creative.
Yeah, probably do something with the algorithm. It's very hard to get discovered. For sure.
It definitely is, and like I think there's little things in the algorithm that definitely help, like hosts help. If you've hosted the stream today, I appreciate you. Hosts are not working. I can't see hosts on there. Gorm, if you're still here, I'd love to talk to you. Maybe you can teach me how to use Mix It Up because I'm confused and I don't have the time to sit through YouTube things that tell me half my information, but I'm too like ADHD to actually sit through the whole conversation. What's it called? But I would like to get hosts back so I can see who hosts me. Quit being a bot and then talk to me then. Gorm, sounds good, buddy. I'll hit you up on Discord later. But I think is just getting like hosts back would be great because I think hosts is so important. It helps streamers so much. If you didn't know that, it helps you. It bumps you to so your friends can see your hosts, and that's something that's like super awesome. Or so sorry. Let me repeat that because I kind of messed that up because I looked at chat and then looked away. What hosts do is that it recommends streamers that you host to your friends because of the feature of friends. So yeah. And that is so important. Like that's really important. It helps streamers in some sort of form or fashion with a non-monetary way. So what we've been asking to in the last couple of weeks, and if you're willing to, you don't have to. We're almost about to end. Is if people who are there who obviously aren't streaming would raid this show, offline raid, because then at least I get to see who raids, as well as it also does an auto host because of the raid. So we've been asking that if you're willing to. If you don't have to by any means, but. The only thing with that though is that because Twitch has changed their system again, raids also don't help streamers with the solid viewership, which is just annoying. So, but yeah, so that's kind of where we're at on that sort of things. But regardless,
Yeah, that's like an interesting question though, because I remember seeing something. I think it was on Twitter or something like that, and it was basically them like wondering if Twitch would ever, incorporate things like TikTok, like those kind of short videos into their platform. Because if you think about it, like Instagram added Reels, all these different social media platforms kind of integrate those Brent's feed pics. I'm sorry, I got distracted by the raid.
I wasn't gonna mention it, but yeah, that's yeah. Yeah, Brent's what?
Brent's what now? But yeah, like sometimes I like wonder if ever Twitch could integrate that kind of thing, like having pictures or short TikTok like videos. Because if you think about it, Twitch really hasn't incorporated anything like that for as long as it's been around. Honestly, it's always just been like streams,
Okay, and that's fair. And I think actually
maybe that could help with like discoverability as well.
I agree. I wish there was more people that were willing to, or sorry, I wish that they were more willing to do that kind of stuff, because I think discoverability, you're right, is the worst thing on Twitch. It's the absolute worst. Why should you have to go to another platform just to get people to go to another platform? It seems broken. You know what I mean? Like there's a reason why, unfortunately, a lot of top creators are leaving the current top live streaming platform to go to different platforms because there's better capabilities of discoverability. It's sad. It really is, because the community on Twitch is so different from any other community on any other platform. You don't have like these in-depth community that you have like things all across Twitch that you would have on like Facebook. You don't have it on YouTube. You don't have it on Twitter. Like there's just too much of it in most places. Whereas Twitch is such a culture to it, which is something that I really appreciate about it. There's some things I hate about it, but there's, for the most part, I really like a lot of it, and there's a reason why I stayed here. And so I would say is, as far as that is, I would love to see Twitch incorporate something like that. But I think the fact that they haven't done it yet goes to show that they probably aren't interested in doing it, in opening it to that point of thing. but I don't know. Like maybe they are working on something that I'm watch tomorrow. I'm going to be waking up and I'm going to call an idiot because someone's going to clip this and say, "Hey, look what I just added, you dumbass!" Like the thing is, and so like I would love to be proved wrong. I would love for them to prove me wrong and have some sort of discoverability, like a shorts. I think a shorts on this thing would be perfect. Reels, a whatever you want to call it, like TikTok kind of formatted thing. 1 minute or less content that comes on your dashboard. You click through, it's super easily edited. Added bonus if Twitch adds some sort of like editing algorithm that edits for the streamers, because God knows we do enough work already. And so like the fact that like stuff like that. And so I think that's gonna be something that's I don't know. That's gonna be one of those things for this story thing. So that'd be the stuff like that. Leave my dashboard out of it. What do you mean? What? What? I'm confused. What's happening? What's happening, Gorm? What are you talking about? Letting people select clips from your streams for it instantly. I think that'd be cool too. I think that'd be awesome too, Pugs. Is comes on your dashboard. What? Excuse me? What, Gorm? But I think that would be something that'd be super interesting. Oh, I see. I said it, didn't I, Gorm? Yeah, okay. Not what I meant. But I would say as far as that is getting is more discoverability in any sense, whether it may be, hey, like for instance, here, let's go to Breath of the Wild right now, the one that I had up here pulled up. So let's look at this. So this is Breath of the Wild. I'm just gonna pull up my overlay there. You can't see Bea, unfortunately, sad, I know. But let's go. But so basically look at this. Looking at this right now, all you see is the top streamers right now. You see the ones who are at the very top. Wouldn't that be cool if what I got first was these streamers at the bottom, that one viewer, like Flavor Star? Like, wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be awesome to go and see those people for discoverability? Which, by the way, if that person's still streaming by the time we're done rating, we might go raid, because that's me pushing into this. But I think it's important for that stuff is to go and. I wish we got this part of it. Like, I know there is ways to trick the algorithm and senses and hype trains and stuff like that, but like, it's hard to get a hype train when you're pushing one viewer. How do you start unless you go on another platform? And that you shouldn't have to go to another platform. That's not fair to this creator who look how much time he's put into it. You can tell he's a green screen background, but I don't even know how to fucking do that. Like, you're like, and I've been doing this for over a year. Like, you mean like I mean I haven't put in the time to learn it either, but it's something that's like so. That's a big thing. Like, not many streamers do that. So, but it's something that looks good. It makes it looks a clean background. And it's learned. And like, I think it's something that's so. I don't know. I agree with you. I can totally agree with you. That's something like that. Or even like a new to Twitch category. That would be cool. Waitski. I like that too. Yo, put us on the Twitch team. Me, Bea, Waitski, anyone in chat who came up with some ideas. Let's get us on the Gorm. Like get us in the offices here. What's it called? We gonna change this thing. I really wish they had a. I'm always new on Twitch. Jack, we know. Okay. Does Jack do this to your chat too?
Yes, I remember when in my mind, Jack was literally just like the new here guy. Like, I didn't know anything about Jack, but all I knew was that he was the one that always said that he's new here. But now I know Jack, he's a good friend of mine.
I don't know enough about Jack. I wish I knew more about Jack.
He's a great guy. Very funny.
Taxman, thank you so much for the 400 bits. By the way, Taxman, usually the Taxman takes money away from me, not give me money. So thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, no, I think as far as that is, I haven't gotten to know Jack enough, but hey, I'll be DM's always open, Jack. You know that. I know we talked on Discord once before we even got to know each other on stream, but hey, you know where it at. You know where it at. By the way, Gorm, I saw your message from earlier. I have saved it to a little chat with one of my mods, so I'll go take a look at it either. Yeah, you don't have to tell me what the Taxman does, bro. I know, but I'm just saying, just adding on to that. Thank you, Gorm, by the way. And if we can still get in a call either way. I appreciate it. So, yeah, no, I think that was good. That's a good add-on there for sure, Bea. 100%. I think we've virtually, as great things as all great things do, everything comes to an end. However, there's one last question that we ask every single one of our guests. And it is by far my favorite question. Before that, chat, I need you to make sure you go _guest and go follow today's guest. Well, that doesn't sound like a scripted read. What's it called? Oh, what's it called? I need to go follow that. The cliffhanger. Really though, 100%. Hey, I'm all about it. I'm all about who? Beyacant. Who? Bea. Can't. I'm not following Bea yet. BRE, yo, Jack, 100%. You could be new there. I'm just kidding. Okay, what is the who thing? I need to know. What is the who thing? Every single time I said your name, they've like, who? And I've heard that before, even before this.
It's just them pretending not to know who I am. I think they're embarrassed of me.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Come on, guys. They're omega lolling at me.
Omega lolling at me. When they omega lol. And so, Omega lolling at you. That's funny. All right, fine. I'll fine chat. Fine chat. Well, I'll tell you what the cliffhanger is. Soup, what's up? How's it going? Good to see you. Yo. Super. So this is the last one for every single connections. It's one of my favorite questions because we always get a great answer, and I'm sure you're not gonna let us down on that either, Bea. No pressure, by the way. That wasn't meant to build pressure. That was more just kind of. I'm sure whatever answer you choose is going to be great. Oh my God, look at that! It's Boa.
Hi, Boa.
Hey, Boa, I need you to do something for me. I know I asked for a lot from you, Boa. I know I asked for a lot for you. But I don't know if you heard me earlier talking about it earlier. But this lovely creator, I know you know Bea because I've heard that you've rated Bea, and a lot of your chat, by the way, is in here, Boa. Because of it sounds like your raid to Bea. Boa, I need you and Bea to make my life complete and do a Val co-stream, please. It would make my heart go pitter patter and flutter.
Wait, where's Boa from?
Boa is from Australia.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. What's it called? And I will say, Boa, Boa, you for the longest, you are the nicest person we've ever had on Connections. I would say is Bea's giving you a run for your money here, Boa. One of the nicest creators we worked with. So I think if I can connect the two nicest people I've met on Connections, I think it's a done deal. So, but however, Boa, as I said to Bea, you both need to do something for me. You both need to make sure that you guys aren't being too nice to people who don't deserve it. That's what I'm saying. What's with this chat? Chill.
You don't think I'm nice.
Bea is very sweet. Bea nice.
Yeah, guys.
Who?
I'm sweet.
Yeah, Brandon said I was nice. That's what my mom said. Yeah, that type of thing. Alrighty, for the cliffhanger's been left on long enough. However, Bea, if you wrote a book about your life up to now, what would the final line say and why?
Oh God. Until now. That is a great question. Let me think. This is so hard. I like reading, if you can't see, but my books are. They're not fixed right now. The last sentence. Maybe. Well, okay, a while ago I said that my life TLDR is basically me trying to come out of my shell more and, kind of grow into the person that I am. So I think the final sentence would be bye. I can't think.
Right, take your time. It's all good. We're in no rush. We're good.
They're making me laugh. Goodbye. No, I'm kidding. What would yours be, Bren?
Oh,
Can I hear yours first?
I don't think I've ever had anyone flip this on me.
I need some creative inspiration.
I don't know if anyone's ever flipped this on me. So actually, fun fact, we actually asked our chat this in the last episode, the 1 year anniversary. Hi, Jay. Good morning.
Good morning, Jay.
Can everyone say good morning, Jay? As Jay showed up late to stream today. I'm totally bugging you, Jay, by the way. But everyone say good morning, Jay. Jay may or may not have woken up 3 hours late after telling both.
He's in time for the last question.
Exactly. After telling Bea that Bea should go to bed because of how early it is, and then showed up late. I just got a message on Discord. I'm so sorry. It's okay, Jay. I'm just bugging you. Hey, I made sure she showed up on time. Facts. I mean, facts. So you asked what my favorite question is, by the way, or for what my favorite, or sorry, what my answer would be to if I wrote a book, what would the final line be? So we actually asked this to chat on the last episode. We didn't get through all of them, so we're gonna do it again at some point. So if you guys are interested in kind of doing a connections on you at some point, well, we're going to do that at some point. And finish off the ones we had and add on to the rest of the amazing people that are there. But my book, what it would say, and it's funny. Speaking of a lot about Boa today, Boa made a comment about being happy. And it's funny, when she said that, I didn't really click into it until really this year in that kind of sense. And it's funny because now it's become something that has been higher on my importance list than anything. So I think mine. And by the way, you're not getting out of this without saying yours, Bea. So don't think you're.
I know.
I'm trying to word this properly. Give me 1 sec.
I am thinking really hard.
Okay, I got it. And he was on the pursuit of happiness, and no one else told him. And he was on the pursuit of happiness, and no one could get in his way. No one, no thing, nothing. He was so driven to be happy.
Wow. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta have mine. It's short.
Okay, that's okay.
It's a nice short sentence.
That's perfect. That's all good.
Okay.
Yours.
I think mine would be, she's come far, but has left a lot of room to grow. Because, like what I said a while ago, I feel like I've definitely come out of my shell a lot, but definitely, like, the person, if my book was to end right now, like today, I know that, like, there's still so much for me to grow into, and there's still so much for me to learn. Like, I feel like I'm not really complete as a person yet, So hopefully my book doesn't end today, but if it were, let's say my chapter was to end today, yeah, I know that there's still a lot of writing to do.
Like that a lot. Well, the amazing people in chat, friends, family members, and every other person that I guess wouldn't fall into that category somehow. This has been the wonderful, the amazing, just absolutely pleasant, one of the nicest streamers we've ever met, creators we've ever met, the wonderful beyacant on Connections. Spam that love. Exactly. Spam that freaking love. Show that love for the wonderful person that is Bea. Exactly. Go follow if you haven't already. ! Guest in chat. Let's spam that as well when we do the spam and love there. I love to see the love there. Go and follow Bea if you have not. An amazing streamer, and I will say is someone that is definitely been awesome to meet today, and I'm glad that you opened up today, for sure. It was something that I'm so glad that I got to meet the real Bea, not beyacant. I got to meet Bea, which has been something that I was thankful for. I would be lying to you if I said that I wasn't actually a little bit nervous when after I met you. I saw how shy you were. I was like, oh boy, am I gonna be able to break?
You know, I know on my stream I'm like a ball of energy, and everyone always asks me if I'm like that like 24/7, and no, I'm not. I'm pretty shy.
Yes, and that's the thing is I saw a different side that I was like, oh, when people said shy, I didn't realize it was like really shy. And so I will say though,
Yeah.
for anyone that's worried about approaching this with lovely creators for whether it's a collaboration or something else, is one thing I can say about Bea is that once you get to know her, she is wonderful and very, very sweet and lovely.
Oh, thank you.
Not only as a very creative person and streamer and creator itself, but also as a person too. And I would like to say thanks to each and every one of you that decided to hang out with us. By the way, Waitski, thank you so much. By the way, I missed that right because of how much was going on there. But Waitski, thank you for the gifted sub to Boa. I appreciate you, Waitski. Love you, dude. You're a true legend yourself. But just as far as everyone in chat, I want to say thank you, each and every one of you. You are making an absolute dream of mine come true. By being here. So thank you. Please don't go anywhere. We're going to raid in a second. But as I go make sure that this person's not going to leave their stream, the one that we saw earlier, I also want to make sure. Oh, I also want you all. What am I saying? My brain's going thing. I'm seeing so much love and my brain's going. I want to give the floor to you, Bea. Shout out anyone or anything that you would like. The floor is yours. Take it away.
Okay. First of all, thank you, Bren, for inviting me. I was really nervous to be here, but like you made me really comfortable. Not comfortable. Comfortable. And yeah, I know it's not really the easiest thing for me to open up, but I really yeah, you're very encouraging to open up and very easy to talk to as well. And of course, thanks chat for being here. I know it was early, especially for to the Filipino people. But yeah, it definitely helped me be a lot more comfortable having a lot of you guys in chat, like familiar names and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Yeah,
Sure,
I'm really
for
happy that I came on.
I'm glad you came on too. I'm so happy you came on. It was an absolute pleasure. Like I said, I was a little nervous after our first meeting because I was like, oh my goodness, she sounds terrified of me. and obviously I'm understanding it now is where things kind of were going and how like you said, you're kind of going through this thing of like learning what if people are real or if people are kind of having that kind of point of maybe they want something from you. And all I want from you is your friendship, Bea.
You can have it.
Thank you. That's all I need. My heart is content. My heart is full. And I want to say thank you to not only you, Bea. Thank you first off to you for coming on here, for being as open and as vulnerable as you are, and just being really a great friend. And I am friendship. All right. What's it called? But thank you to you. And then also on another note is saying thank you to everyone who's in chat. I see Hans has finally made their way over to our chat finally. Maybe we need to add an exclamation mark Tanola thing here. What's it called? The Brandship. Oh my goodness. That you got some branding ideas there, Jack. I would say thank you to Jack, to Henry, to Waitski, to Waro. By the way, Waro, I know I didn't say hi, but welcome in. Thank you so much. I've seen you put some funny things in chat here so far throughout this. Thank you to Dragpie. Thank you to Ranu, who's been here since Dragpie and Ranu from literally the second we started here. Thank you, Waro. Thank you to Dodge for being here really early too. Thank you to B I saw earlier. Thank you to Boa for coming in and hanging out. Who else we got in here? Thank you to Renee. I seen you been lurking. I'm sorry to call you to lurk. Thank you to Mama Lisa, my mom. Thank you to Jay for showing up. I'm kidding. Thank you to, if I haven't said your name, you do want in chat, just throw it in there and I'll say hi. Thank you to Pugs for being here as well. Thank you to everyone that I've seen in chat. Thank you to Arrow. Thank you to Wolf, of course. Yes, Wolf, exactly. Big love for Wolf. Can anyone say I love you, Wolf, in chat? Wolf is amazing. Wolf has been the mod for today behind the scenes with us since the very beginning of this, helping us with that as well. And so thank you so much. Thank you, Gub. Thank you, Jeff Smother. Not Jeff, but Jeff Smother. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you to Gorm for coming in as well earlier, too. But thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. You are making a not so young kid from Vancouver, a young-hearted kid from Vancouver, BC, Canada, this dream come true just by being here. And for that, I don't have the proper words to say thank you, because I really do appreciate it. We do this usually every Tuesday. This is one of the first times that one of the few times that we do it on Tuesdays, but we usually do connections on Tuesdays. However, because we had our 1-year stream just recently, and we have Who Are You coming up next Tuesday, this coming Tuesday. This is, by the way, North American time, not PH time. Think of it a day ahead if you're in PH time. We're going to be doing Who Are You, where we have on some of our past guests that we've had on Who Are You before. But if you like stuff like this, we almost do this every single week. We'd love for you to be a part of this. If you know Boaru, the lovely Boaru, March 29th, we're having Boaru on our new podcast, Old Friends. And we hope you'd be part of that. Please help me spam that love one last time for this creator who deserves so much more love. And really, really does deserve it. It's someone who's you can tell has put a lot of effort in the stream. I've been kind of watching in the corner of my eye for the last few minutes here. And damn, this guy's interesting. Like he's not just a kind of like a one-off kind of streamer. Has like a Zelda shirt, has a green screen background, but because Twitch unfortunately does not promote discoverability for most streamers, unfortunately this lovely fellow is not getting enough attention. So I want you guys to go below this person's mind. For me, please. Chat goes too fast. They won't know Randy was my BF. Also another one that I didn't say thank you to Nate. I don't know if Nate's still lurking, but thank you, Nate, as well. Yes, go tag that as well if you haven't already. ! Enter. Get your entries in. We got like 2 more seconds here until we do this as well here while we raid out. As we start the raid here. Got the raid there. Perfect. Okay. For the final time, I want to say thank you. I hope to see you, every single one of you, this Tuesday in a couple more days when we do 2 truths and a lie. We're here fighting the algorithm for people. That's what we do, baby. Waitski. That's what we do. Thank you to each and every one of you. Bea, it's been an absolute pleasure. You are just a wonderful person. I will see all of you. Of course, that's great. I'm glad you did. I had so much fun too. I will see all of you hopefully a Tuesday. If not, maybe in the Discord. ! Discord. Follow me on socials. ! Socials. Follow me on Twitter. That's what I want you to follow me on. Don't know about the rest of them.
Yeah,
Just
guys,
Twitter.
follow him
Twitter's good.
right now.
If you want. I love you all. Drink some water. I love you all. Drink some water. Go spread that love to Flay Restar. Because this dude's putting in the work. I love you all. Drink some water. Peace out. We'll see you when I see you.
Bye-bye.